Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Too Many Warlocks, crossover 2, Part 2, Waterdeep Boogaloo 2.
The recrossing.
That was the recrossing.
It's changed from Too Many Warlocks to Too Many People.
We just need a Charlie Sheen guest spot now.
Too many people coming at you. For those of us who joined us yesterday, this is the second part of our crossover event in which we take the chocolate and peanut butter that is Mercs of Mischief and Too Many Warlocks, and we combine those things into a delicious treat for you, the audience. Currently, that combination is happening in Waterdeep. And I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master Puck, and I am joined by all 8 of both teams, which I will now introduce in no particular order.
Wait,
Joining
we're
us,
the peanut butter, right?
Yeah,
No,
sure.
we're the chocolate.
No, we're the peanut butter.
Look. We can't
Peanut
get
butter
into
is far
This
superior.
is why I'm about to die, everyone.
It's not important. all
Nobody's
be
the
peanut
peanut
butter.
butter because nobody sticks together.
Oh.
And the ref takes a point away. Okay. All right. Joining me today is, we'll start here. Returning from his secret mission, Mr. Ghee Boutamps. Also joining us is a very wounded Mr. Penitent Wright. Also joining us is Mr. Richard Bennett, wooden-clad as always. Also joining us, someone probably regretting that they went on a trip with Kishan Oh, Miss Keith Lee. Also joining us is the lovely Lilith Singer, part of Team Chaos today. And also joining us is the newly blinded Mr. Redan. Also joining us is Kishan Oh the Quick, who, is checking up on old friends. I'm sure it's fine. And last but not least, our very own Gilbetta fucking Not, Cleric of Salune. When last we left our heroes, Ghee was sent on a secret mission. Key3 and Kishan Oh had gone to go meet with Raldo, the leader of the Black Hand. Rogues Order Black Hand, Team Rob.
Hold on 1 second. I forgot
Oh.
to share the audio with you guys so that you can all hear what we're doing here.
Oh goodness, what was that? All right.
And now I've lost my cursor.
Okay.
I have
Well.
too many screens.
Anyways, and the rest of the team was left to their own devices to move about Waterdeep. And poor Penn, dejected from a series of personal attacks.
Get that face.
It
just makes you want to grab the cheek.
By what could possibly be called highly emotional members of the party. It's set out.
Fine, it's okay.
It's set out to go take a breather at home after being met up with by Lilith and given a little bit of a pep talk and some chores.
Okay.
But we will get to all that in a moment. First, we check in with Ghee. And our friend Ghee was conscripted into a special mission by Laurel Silverhand. After you were taken from the ship, you are led to an area down in the docks district. You can tell that this is some kind of foundry. And you meet up with a group of somewhat shady-looking gentlemen, and they have a fellow tied up. They remove the bag from the fellow's head, and they say, "This is your disguise."
Turn his head a little bit, make sure I get the hair right. And then
All right. You're just a laborer. Do what they say, gather whatever information you can, and come back. All right.
bow and cower with the rest of them.
So there are a number of people going in and out of this place, and you can tell most of the laborers are actually they're kind of the lower caste. These are people who would normally be beggars or just generally unemployed in Waterdeep.
Yep.
Who are being made to run this place, and they all seem quite happy with the work, although it is difficult. And
Use prestidigitation to put some dirt on me.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
me look a little nastier.
absolutely, so you fit in.
Yep.
It doesn't take long for you to kind of find the queue up line for the workers, and you make your way through. There is a guard kind of checking everybody as they go through. He takes a look at you, kind of looks closely, waves you through. And you are instructed to go to one of the work tables, and items which you can immediately identify as parts of these Warforged adventurers
Mm-hmm.
are being passed around and worked on. And your station has a hammer and die, and you are supposed to hammer into these pieces that come across. You're supposed to hammer what's on the die into them.
Okay. Yeah, while I'm doing that, and I'm doing it correctly as I can, I want to use Thief of Five Fates to cast. Is there looking? Can I see the other tables?
Oh yeah, you can
Oh,
see
like
other people. Other people are like attaching arms to torsos, or like screwing on heads, or attaching legs.
I want to see the table where
There's
they're doing
four
what
tables
appears to
doing
be-
what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, I want to see the one that looks like they're doing the most complicated shit.
Okay.
And I want to use Fate of Five and cast Bane on 3 of the people on that table.
Okay. There are a couple
And then go
tables
back to doing
attaching
my job absolutely
attaching
perfectly.
heads. So yeah, okay, you do that, and then you're somewhat satisfied that these head attachments. But after you hammer the first die,
Mm-hmm. Look
You
down and
notice
see
that
what I'm
this-
actually putting in.
you're putting in a shield that says AKA on it.
So the second swing misses. Is it good? Like it looks official, or is it just like
It looks just like the ones that you guys use.
under my voice or under like in my head? They're fucking making us. Okay, and I go back to pounding the logo in,
All right.
and is there anywhere where there's documents laying around, ultimately blueprints somewhere?
Give me an investigation check.
There is something else I want to show you first, because
Okay.
I can do
You can do a thing.
a thing.
All right.
I put it
Well,
in chat. Or maybe it didn't. Either way, I have a thing called inconspicuous. I use
Okay.
deception instead of to make a deception. Instead of a deception check, I make a. Let me read this. Yeah, if they're not actively looking for me, I use deception instead of stealth to hide.
Okay. all
It's
right.
like basically pretending like I'm trying to be there.
All right.
So what was the save?
Uh,
What was it?
you make an investigation check to look around,
Investigation check.
see what you can find. All right. There's no blueprints, but there is a illustrated. There are a couple of like, you know how when you go to a job where you have to assemble anything, they have
Yep.
like the clipboard with your basic assembly instructions on it.
Oh,
There's a couple of
Perfect.
those laying around for the different pieces.
perfect. Because where is it? I need 10 minutes. Shit. When it's lunchtime, I'm gonna try and snag one on the way by.
Okay.
If they give us a lunch break.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do with your workday, or anything else you want to investigate or look out for?
I am going to keep putting that damned AKA logo on this thing perfectly. I want to cast Bane one more time on another table full of people.
Okay.
And then use the Pearl of Power to recharge one of my spell slots. So I have
All
one
right.
left. But yeah, if I can steal that at lunch, I want to use illusory script to change the order of a couple of instructions to make it impossible to put it together following those instructions.
Give me your deception check for stealth to do that on your workday.
Bump against the table.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right. So
spend 10 minutes eating with one hand with that on my lap using illusory script to change the instructions so that they're move like 3 of them into a different order and then change another one so that it's all common language, but
Right.
it doesn't make any sense. The instruction doesn't work.
right.
And then
Okay.
just as I go back, put it back on the table, go back to finish my job for the rest of the day.
All right. So you go back and finish your job for the rest of the day, and you do notice something else.
Mhm.
That this place completes the assembly of the Warforged, but the cores are not installed.
Right.
They're just like mannequins.
Right. So no chance to see how that works. Yeah, because Ghee wants to know because the dispel magic didn't work, and he was really counting on that working. So yeah, that would have been nice to know, but that's good. We don't know that. Okay.
All right. All right. And your workday ends, and you're allowed to report back to the rest of the people with Silverhand's crew. They're in the process of magically wiping the memory of the worker that was.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for that. I hope you don't mind. I'm not telling you. I tell the lady, eh?
No, you'll tell us. She can't be seen receiving this information.
She can't be seen receiving it from you, and I turn into him.
No, we have methods.
Yeah,
You
there's
understand.
madness to my method. Okay. I will tell him that they're using low-class labor. It's the peasants of the city that are being taken in as laborers, and it probably shouldn't be too difficult to foment a rebellion there. I just met this guy. That's all I'm telling him.
All right. And they thank you for your service. And they instruct you that one of your compatriots has gone to the Avalon Knights estate. And they give you directions to get there.
All right. I guess that's as close as I'm going to get to going back to the palace. Maybe I get somebody else to take this information to the lady. Eh?
Another time, she has official business for the rest of the day.
But of course, you guys have fun. Eh? Don't beat them up too much. Eh?
Oh, absolutely. He'll be back to work. He won't remember a thing.
Yeah, and I'll head off to the AKA Academy.
All right.
Second Ghee is gone. Quick, Boris, the forget-me stick.
Whack.
Magic works, but a concussion works too.
I've said too much. Use the memory erasing ray. You mean the revolver, sir? Yes. And don't forget to clear your own memory when you're done. Okay. I fucking love that joke.
Wait, it's Monday, right? It's not deadlines.
No, it's Monday. This is
Shoot
Okay.
people.
no, not yet. So, meanwhile, back in the bowels of the city, deep below in the undercity portions, Kishan Oh and Key 3 are standing in front of a Draugr, a deep dwarf, who has half of his face rotted away. He's got a mid-sized gray beard, dark skin. He's wearing Kishan Oh's old hat. And his own eye glows a bright orange. The other one just kind of hangs loose out of the socket.
I'm going to use Awakened Mind just to say to Kishan Oh, I'm going to follow your lead, and I'll leave the Awakened Mind open.
There you
You're
go.
muted.
Geraldo, You look like shit.
Yeah. Turns out there's always a cost.
I feel like you used to know somebody who'd say that all the time. Who was that guy?
If you had come 4 weeks ago, I'd have had my boys rough you up just for the fun of it.
I guess I owe someone an apology.
But that was before I figured out who he is and what he's doing. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I'm hoping you'll be willing to share.
Zelos.
Yes. But who is he? We have our suspicions.
I don't know. The eye doesn't reach that far back.
That confirms our suspicions. May we have
But
a seat? This is awkward.
I'm out of seats.
Fair enough.
He's making a grab. I tried to fight him on his own turf, but I've never been the charismatic type. That's why I wanted you. I had a tidy pile, treasure, men willing to die for me. I was on top. But I saw what he wanted. So
What
I
is it?
paid the price. I hired your cat friend to counter his moves. I paid with my men's lives just to slow his advance. This is all I've got left. But you're a member of the Academy now. You got connections, a public face. You can fight him on his own turf.
Yes. Well, it seems an opportunity for exactly that may have arisen.
He wants to rule all of it. He's been alive further back than the eye, and he lifts it up, and it has this glowing green to it. Further than the eye can see. He's not a lich. He's not a god. I don't know what he is.
Does he require the public support to accomplish his goals?
He's trying something new. It's what he does. He tries it one way. If it fails, he learns and tries something else. He's been playing the same game for years. Last time it was blood and war. Now it's smiles and philanthropy. Get all the pieces in place before you pull the trigger.
He's not a politician, he's a scientist.
Is he?
He's got a pretty good poker face.
I'd introduce my friend, but I assume,
I'm aware.
yeah.
You should hold on to her. She's done more damage to him than any of you.
Seems to be the consensus. What? Do you know why? Is there anything beyond conquering?
Because he believes it's his rightful place. He believes the reason he's been allowed to be alive this long is because this is his destiny. It is the proper way of things, the only logical position for a being that cannot die.
Can the eye see the beginning of the Zentarum?
Yes.
So he's older, much older than that.
Much
He's no
older.
allegiance. He's no allegiance to the Zentarum.
He doesn't. And when he's done with them, they'll be gone too. But he knows I'll warn them. So he hasn't made a move yet. So he put you in play.
Yeah.
Remove me, and then he can remove them.
It sounds like this is a contract I have to default on, doesn't it?
No, you don't. Look at me. You can see the bones of his jaw, and there's ichor dripping out the side. You're gonna die for this. I have nothing left. That's
then-
why I wanted you to come here. If it went any other way, I couldn't let you know. You can't fight him directly. I lost everything I had trying to do that. You
What if
have
we
to
could
be
save you?
smarter.
What if we could save you and remove the eye?
You can try, but the eye doesn't tolerate altruism.
I spoke with Kellenvor. He said, if your will is powerful enough, you could survive or be resurrected. If you willfully gave it up, he may see it fit to resurrect you himself.
My stubborn dwarven will is the only reason I can still talk to you. It started taking its toll. He scratches at the bone. As soon as I stopped doing what it asked.
If I try to restore you after I remove that thing, will you resist?
I won't resist. But you should know, I'll belong to the Eye. You gotta do something else for me, Kishan Oh.
Please, don't be so formal.
It's what you are now. I need you to take it. Take it and hide it away. And don't let anybody get it. There's no shortcuts. And as he shakes his head, it kind of bobs back and forth. I tried to take one.
So what do I do about Zelos after this, after he gets what he wants?
Fight him on his turf. Pair up with Silverhand. Do what you do best. Argue. Play politics. be a pain in the ass. That's how you disrupt power. This kind of power.
Keith, is there anything you would like to know that perhaps a being merged with infinite sight could tell you?
Yes. Do you happen to know my family history? My father always spoke of coming from some great lineage.
Yes. Have you ever been to Chult?
No, my research never pointed me in that direction.
Your family has.
Well, that gives me more answers than all the research I've done my entire life.
They buried it. Some unsavory things happened. It's not as bad as it sounds, but people have covered up less things.
Who on the Warlocks has the sending stone right now?
I think Penn usually has it.
Good.
I'm gonna trust Dawn to tell me that because I thought that Keith3 had it.
Geraldo, before I do this, can you grant me one courtesy for a friend? I'm sure I could really use it.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out the sending stone. Pen, I don't know where you're at, but let me know if you can hear this.
So I just hear that going off in my bag.
Yep.
Yes. Hi.
I'm standing in front of a being with infinite sight. You get one question. It can be anything. What you need to know.
How do I save Aldavos?
He read the spell wrong. He didn't understand it. He thought he did. He doesn't absorb them. He just puts them up for a while. He's not a being of combined powers. He's an apartment for monsters. And any one of them could become the landlord at any time.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Please do what you need to do and hurry back.
Okay.
I'll put the stone away. Well, old friend, do you have anything to contain that for transportation?
He reaches under his chair. His hand sizzles as he holds a box with holy markings on it. It's right here. Oh, Kishan Oh. Take care of my boys. And the two guys that led you here. Points to them. My most loyal lieutenants stayed with me till the end.
You have my word.
And he grabs it and pulls it off. And sets it in the box. And as he closes it, he begins to rot away. You can have the hat back. Well, there's just a pile. The box clatters to the ground.
As I go and pick up the hat, I just whisper in Undercommon, you were always the better of us. And pick up the hat in the box. I'm very thankful that he didn't make me do it. I'll put the box into my bag. Prestidigitate the hat. Clean. And take a knee next to the remains.
I'll walk up and just kind of place a hand on Kishan Oh's shoulder.
And just ask Elmbor to forgive him.
All right.
And, yeah. I'll go out. I'll walk up to the two lieutenants.
All right.
So what are your names?
I'm Rodney, and that's Lucas.
Rodney, Lucas. Why did you follow Araldo?
At first, it was because he had the best game in town. And then it was because he knew something nobody else did, and he was willing to sacrifice everything to fix it.
I turn towards Keith and I just say, please remember that in case it needs to be relayed to the party.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't agree with you when you first asked.
It's all right. You heard him. If I'd come in here 4 weeks ago, it would have been a very different story. You're all right. All of you were right.
At least he had a friend here.
Wish I had been a better friend. Been here to stop him. But, well, Rodney, Lucas, welcome to the Avalon Knights Academy. Are you the last of them?
We are the last, boss.
You don't need to call me boss.
What do we call you then?
Call me Kishan Oh. This is my associate Keith3 Tea Leaf. If you're locals, you may be familiar with the name.
Yeah, they actually do a really good show.
Yeah. No, tell me about it. One time, I remember there's this, they pulled out this act, and I stole the act for weeks. And then everybody else started stealing it. It was like, it became a thing. And I look at Keith3 and I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit, your dagger fail, girl.
Oh, God. Oh, no. You saw that?
Not only did not only did I see it, I made it part of my act.
Why? I stabbed my brother.
Wait, that was real?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. I spent weeks trying to figure out how you did the blood. Oh my God. All this time. No, we go. I could never get it quite right. I would toss it up and kind of like catch it in my armpit. But there were obviously, the people who stole it from me did much better. Somebody figured out the blood thing.
Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for, being like, hey, let's add a new dangerous thing and not thinking like, sharp daggers.
Yeah, no,
It worked
you were
so
a legend.
well at first, and then
You were legend for like 4 months, but you know how these things turn over quickly.
Well, yeah, I kind of stopped performing shortly after that.
Well, are you embarrassed of it?
I stabbed my brother.
I mean, I feel like most of the people where we're from would find that hilarious.
I mean, yeah, it was at kind of at the time. I guess. I mean, he acted like he was like deathly, like on his deathbed, but it was just like okay, you know, Mama gave him a couple of stitches and.
Yes, I'm sorry. Gentlemen, do you have anything you need to collect?
We've already packed our things.
All right, let's go. Q3, where are we going?
That's
Back to the ship?
Probably track down where everybody else went.
Old boss gave us this address. You said you should go there when you're done.
Well, I owe him one for not making me kill him, so yeah. Let's go to that address.
All right. So, a somber tone for this team as they exit the lower city.
It was probably ill-timed comic relief, but I don't know.
No, well, look, I mean, but that's so Kishan Oh because that's how he would decompress from that moment.
Yeah, yeah, it's in character.
All right. So,
And Key 3 is now a meme. Dagger fail girl.
Dagger fail girl.
She was the original meme.
Before we get back to the large group of 4, we check in with Penn. Penn is now reigning in the section that you're walking through.
Oh my God.
Everybody hurt. Okay.
I was thinking, all by myself. Don't wanna be.
And you're walking through the streets, getting to the address that you were given.
I'm running.
You're running?
The
All right.
moment that sending stone hit my pocket, just
Running back.
yes.
All right. And you arrive in front of the estate, and it looks like there was a fire. The door is off the hinge. There are signs saying that it is condemned. The windows are broken. There are a number of holes in the building from what you assume were bullets or cannon fire. And then you hear from behind you, "Excuse me, you're blocking the view."
Is that? I turn around. Is that who
Oh.
I think that is?
Penn, what are you doing here?
That's just a hug. That's just a hug moment immediately, and like I probably am crying because there's too much happening right now.
Wait, you'll spill my paints.
And I take a step back and try to look at what she's doing. What is
She's painting the building.
Why are you here? What?
In my
I'm glad
spare
to see-
time, I like to paint abandoned buildings.
Okay.
Fucking love this.
I haven't seen you. So much has happened.
Yes, it feels like it's been forever. What are you doing in Waterdeep?
What am I not doing in Waterdeep? Do you want to come inside?
Is this yours?
It's part of the keep.
Oh, that is interesting. I imagine there are even better scenes inside. She packs up her paints.
And I'll try to lead her up, and if we can't get in the front door, just go in a hole somewhere.
You can get in through the front door. And as you move through the front door, a spectral image appears to walk in beside you. And it's Walter.
Oh. And I pull out the pocket watch and hold it and just watch. Is he... Hi, Walter.
You can see me, sir.
I mean, as long as I have this, I can always see you.
Yes, but I appear to be haunting.
Because you died here?
Yes, I believe that may be the case.
Cat, can you see Walter?
Yes. Did you always have a ghost?
He was alive once, but that was before my time. Walter,
This is fascinating.
This is Cat. Cat, this is Walter.
A pleasure to meet you, madam. I've never met a ghost before. Can I paint you? Absolutely, madam, but please allow me a moment to tidy up. He starts moving around and like using his, ghost telekinesis to like fix up the place.
Walter, can you show me to the teleportation circle, please?
Oh, yes, of course, sir. It would be down in the basement.
It's a good place for it. To the basement.
Very well, sir. I shall assist you with entry. And takes you down the stairs. They kind of spiral down, and you can see this place has a rather large basement. And Kat is behind. She's got an easel. She's got the canvas in hand, and she's attempting to paint and walk at the same time. And you were... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, as we're walking down, I'm like, have you seen the other not me at Candlekeep recently?
Oh, this actually confirms my theory.
What?
But I did meet someone who seemed reminiscent of you. I assumed you had an evil twin, and then you met some kind of ancient deity, and then let your evil twin live, and then gave him a new personality and identity. Really, it just sounds like the kind of thing that you would do. It was easy enough to piece together.
You really are the only one who really knows me, I guess. And I'm happy, but that's about exactly that. Is he okay? Is he good?
He's all right. I mean, I don't know if he's good, but you're definitely the nicer pen.
I always will be.
So Walter leads you to this door that is a series of rectangles kind of set into each other deeper and deeper and deeper. He says, "One moment, sir." And he moves and adjusts them until everything lines up and everything contracts and a door opens. All these years and I still remember the combination. I am an incredible butler.
That you are.
Damn you and your Black Butler references.
Is this a vault, Walter, or just a security measure?
It is a security measure. There were a number of facilities unique to the Waterdeep branch. Although it was primarily for recruitment, it did serve other purposes in certain times.
Okay. I'm just looking whatever's in here.
So once you go in, things are in a little bit of disarray. There's what appears to be a study. There's a laboratory. There's an armory that is still stocked with a few weapons. And then there's another room with a teleportation circle.
There we go. And I'm super fascinated. It's that ADD, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool shit in here.
But that's what I came for. And I rush over and look at it, and I consult Walter. I'm like, can you calibrate it, or do I need to contact MT1?
I believe I may still know the layout. Let me see, yeah. And he goes in and messes with the stones a little bit, and eventually everything kind of like solidifies in place and lights up. Ah, there we go. I'll be back in the swing of things in no time. A little bit of fixing up to do, but I believe we will be prepared to receive guests and prepare proper meals in a few days' time.
Thank you so much, Walter. Thank you. And I'm looking into the teleportation circle, and then
Kat has set up her easel and her stool, and she's painting. She's like, this is easily the most fascinating thing I've seen today.
Did she say easily or easily?
And how is Walter posing?
Easily. Walter is never stops moving. He's constantly finding something to tidy up. And and her move, she paints him a little bit, stops, paints over it, starts painting him a little bit again.
And I'm just looking into this blue glowing circle, and I just turn around and extend a hand, and I was like, have you ever wanted to see the keep?
Hold that thought.
Perfect.
Ghee, you've arrived at the estate.
I have. Oh.
You can tell that somebody has opened the broken off the hinges door and gone inside already.
Yeah, I'm mad. Right up the path, slam the doors open. I don't even care who's here. That needle dick bug fucker is literally making us in metal.
So
I'll have his fucking balls. Where's here?
You hear that from upstairs as you're looking at the portal, and Kat goes, "Oh, it sounds like your dad's here."
Oh, that is not my dad.
He basically is, though.
He's like that weird uncle that I love, but... So I reach out with awakened mind immediately and be like, basement?
Okay, where's the stairs?
Walter comes up through the floor. I shall escort you, sir.
Oh, you're worse than the vampire? Okay, where are we going?
Right this way, sir. And he leads you down.
Yeah. If he doesn't go fast enough, I'm going through him.
Rude, sir. One must ask permission first.
Pen! Is that you?
And I poke my head out, assuming he's coming down. I'm like, yeah. We're in here. The teleportation circle just got set up. How was your mission?
Good to see you again.
Oh yeah, Kat's here.
Your girlfriend is here. Okay, for sure. I leave right away, but first, I got to tell you a few things. That prick is making a metal you. He's making a metal Key 3. He's making a metal Richard. He's making a metal Kishan. That fucker is making a metal me.
What?
I go to the factory, right? And I look
Uh-huh.
with my eyes, and I see he's making them, and I have to put the stamp on the metal, and it says AKA Academy.
They're stamping them with our seal?
Yeah. I think that's the delivery. That's where it's going, eh?
Wow,
I think this
why?
prick is playing a very long game, eh? I think he set Blackwind and us against each other.
That probably should have been a question we asked Geraldo. I can feel that frustration, Key3.
As I was standing there, I was like, fuck, there's 8 billion questions. I can't think of any of them right now. Like, I am too deep in this shit. Hold on, let me ask 2 other people. See if we can come up with some shit.
That was a choice. Do you know how badly I wanted to ask what hand he was? But I was like, this is more important.
Hey, it's totally up to you, man.
Oh.
At least you got a question.
Oh, yeah. I got a question.
We'll leave Ghee, Pen, and Cat in the basement of the Avalon Knights estate and will rejoin the other party of 4.
So,
Sorry, out of
yeah,
character. I have to
forget
say
all that
this.
sad shit. We don't know any of that shit.
Yeah. And out of character. No, I'll have to say it later. It's revelation stuff. Because Richard will get this.
I watched the replay of yesterday, and she just said it. She just right there, and you guys just walked away. So there was no way I wasn't bringing this up tonight.
Oh my God. All right, so the 4 of you have been left to your own devices, wandering the streets of Waterdeep.
4 of
Richard has already
the
set
most chaotic
several small
motherfuckers
fires.
sit down.
There's like a trail, the trail of small fires behind Richard, but it's raining, so like they go out pretty quick, and then he just lights another one.
Oh man, I don't have an actual box of matches with me.
Jobetta asks, she's like, can I pray for a minute? Can you guys just give me a minute, please?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Man!
So, while she's doing that, drinks?
It's usually how we handle it.
Hey, when we're done with this, you guys want to go kick someone's shit in?
Yes.
Can you elaborate?
Very, very badly.
Let's go find someone bad and kick their shit in.
Whoa, wait.
Cool,
wait,
to the pub!
Wait. No, wait.
Hold on.
Wait, no.
And now your party's father gets to do his job.
Kishan Oh just had a huge breakdown. Maybe we shouldn't do something that's going to piss him off when he gets back.
Piss him off?
Why
would he be pissed off by us beating up some random stranger?
I didn't say random stranger. I said
I
bad.
did.
I was gonna say welcome to Richard.
What?
Right, so before I forget, just want to let you know, went to talk to Penn. He was going to fix the teleportation. Apparently we have that.
Oh yeah. That's good that
yeah.
he's repairing that.
The fuck?
And I go through my pocket. I'm just like, also, he handed me an address to an estate. So, there's that.
Cool. We're still... Jobetta,
I need
shit kicking?
I need Salune for hold on. I need Salune for a minute, y'all.
Man, everyone's interrupting my shit kicking.
Listen, I'm fine with shit kicking, but I need a minute. I have
You had
questions.
violence yesterday.
Richard,
I have questions. I need answered.
Richard, if I give you 1,000 gold, will you not cause trouble?
No.
Sorry, Sugar Daddy, this one can't be bought.
So, while you start praying to Salune, I'm just gonna start shaving off kindling from my arms and just lighting a fire.
Lilith, can you do anything here?
What, he's sitting there carving wood.
He's burning shit.
He's starting fires.
Is anything flammable around?
We're not in a forest.
The wood
It should
he's
be
carving.
fine.
Everything.
The
It's
city?
We're in a city.
Well, then I can put him in a tiny hut. Just don't burn that out.
God.
I reach into my bag and pull out a nice strand of rope and it's like, are we tying him up? Is that what we're doing?
No, he's a teammate. Let's already riled up one of the warlocks. Let's.
So as the rope's been pulled out, there's this tiny match underneath it, and Richard just...
No, it's. Dan, put that away. Richard, put that away.
Oh, hold on. I had a thought. I want to know. Jobetta wants to try and see. I want to try and see if I can use druidcraft to make flowers grow all over Richard's arm.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah. Oh no, Richard can do that on his own.
Yeah, but it's not. It's funny, but I just want to do it.
It's funnier when I do it.
Flowers in the shape of a heart on his back.
Yeah.
Jabetta, how long?
There's not enough of his back that's wood.
What?
How long do you think he said it'll take?
What? I mean, I haven't spoken.
Then you have some questions you need answering, correct?
Yeah, I need to know if it was actually her that told me the thing in the place.
Can you be
Right,
more
so, alright, then let's take care of that. And Richard, you may not know, but Redan, Jabetta, I'm curious about what happened back at the Crate and Barrel.
Crate and Barrel?
Wait, what?
Oh,
Place you were at last time you were in Waterdeep.
it was the last job we had from Zenith.
It's the one where Lilith flirted really badly, I think.
Oh my god.
I blush.
Oh.
Jabetta,
Crate and Barrel.
like, let's just
Is this a good place most people go and buy people to
praying on,
fight?
girl. Please, let's go.
I don't understand what your question was about, though.
I just want to know what happened there, and I'm gonna
Weren't
feel
you
bad
there?
if something happened to that guy. Well, I mean, we'll try and collect evidence to go against Zealous. I mean, more than what evidence doesn't hurt. The guy hired us to do some business down over there, and basically we stole something that didn't exactly belong to Zealous, as he claimed.
I'm literally blind. I'll go
Everyone-
where everyone else goes.
Oh, right.
Can't you
Crate
see
and
the
Barrel.
blindfold?
Come here, Banan!
Flammable?
Boys!
At this point, he's just like way down the alleyway.
I know, I'm just like, okay, we are burning the hours of the day. Let's go. I am like now just like
So that makes it even funnier. I guess he smelled the fires.
It's the only way he's been able to keep up.
You're
Look,
the
I'm not just
crackling of
setting these
wood.
fires for me. I'm setting these fires for us.
I'm trying to herd everyone to the temple.
Uh,
So
I don't
we
even know if
have,
I'm taking it to the right direction. It's just like
you shouldn't leave Richard alone ever. This is a mistake.
Jabetta, are you going to pray at the temple, or are you just going to pray in general?
Bruh, she's everywhere.
Well, last time you wanted to go to the temple. I don't know.
No, that needs to be on a shirt.
Bruh, she's everywhere.
I don't.
It's
Yes,
like
I would-
Salune.
Yes, I
I'm
would
just
love to go to
imagining
the
it's
temple,
raining in the
but
middle of the street and you're just dropping to your knees.
I don't want it burnt down.
Okay, so
Makes sense.
give me your prayer.
Okay, so it's just like, hey, me again. Like,
Are you there, Salune? It's me, Jabetta.
I'm so.
My body's changed.
I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard your real voice in weeks. I don't.
Yeah. The reply comes back, and it says, "Yes, our connection is properly restored. Do not get the items Cyric asked for."
So it was okay. Good. I mean, we didn't. We went and did some shit in the Citadel. As I'm sure you know.
Yes, I was with you.
Not
physically, obviously, but
right.
I am always with you.
Richard, now's not the time.
it's just like she's praying and he's next to her. Shh, shut up.
So is Sharp okay? First of all,
Just a sec. No.
I'm sorry. What? But she always just leaves. I thought she just left, like she always.
Is it?
I lost contact with her when she was in, I believe you call it Neverwinter?
Yes. And she'll kind of turn her head towards Lilith and she says, apparently Sharp is not okay, so then I lost contact with her at Neverwinter.
Hello?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We think that Zelos is... I don't know what to do. Zelos is doing some nonsense, and he's something with adventuring. He's tearing apart adventuring parties. I don't know. And then we've got this Blackwind situation looming, which I don't. At this point, I feel like I'm probably just gonna die there anyway. So I don't know if any of this really matters, but.
Everybody's just listening to Jobetta pray like this, and Jobetta prays like you're updating a friend at the salon.
As this whole thing is going on, are her eyes closed?
Most of the time, yes.
I'm going to try to sneak the ring of purpleness on you.
And your eyes are also covered.
No,
I didn't want to be the one who said it, but yeah, you can't see.
Oh no, I'm more than aware.
It's like pin the tail on the dog. He's just rubbing the ring on her.
I'm not
One of them was so good.
Let her do her thing.
What? What is he? What?
Did I just hear a dice roll?
Keep talking
Yeah.
to her.
No, it's not good.
It's real bad.
She's trying to pray, and he's got the ring in hand, and he's just rubbing it on her.
So then I
Did I get
have
it?
to deal with.
Is she purple?
I just in the corner. I'm starting a small fire.
She says,
The wooden half
she
of
says-
me likes the red. I'm very cold on the human.
She's like, yeah. So the reason you lost contact was because I mean you probably know this, but Cyric tapped into the blindfolded one here and somehow blocked all of our connections, even Kishan Oh's connection to Kalimvor.
Yes.
Didn't know we put it all together. Well, just now, because that was like 10 minutes ago, right, for us?
Yeah, it wasn't very long ago.
Yeah. We sort of just now put all the pieces together.
Lilith
So-
was there for that though, wasn't she?
What was Sharp going to? Did she tell me what she was going to do in Neverwinter?
She said she was going to go keep an eye on Wild.
But isn't he here?
Hmm?
So why would she still? Is Sharp alive?
Yes.
You just can't like contact her?
I cannot feel her worship.
We could scry to her.
I feel very out of the loop in all of this.
Try to tell her.
My girlfriend is gone.
Oh, okay. Well, what she said.
Oh, cool. Yes, we've all been there.
Basically, Kashano's sister.
I don't.
Yeah.
But if the Wild is here, I don't understand why she would be in Neverwinter. What about my sister?
And with that, you hear thunk, 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 thunk. The sounds of soldiers marching in unison.
Uh-oh.
And almost
Quickly,
as
like, patting
though...
out the fires that I've.
shit.
If it's not getting done, prestidigitation, be like, oh, shit! Knock it out.
And almost as though you summoned her with your words, Figrella is walking with a retinue of stout beard guards up the street towards you.
I don't think I've ever really seen her.
I kind of want to set them on fire.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna, cause like I would be kneeling. I'm gonna say, I'm probably gonna need you here, and then I'm gonna stand up, and just stand there.
What's going on?
Are you?
And I'm just staring.
She has a parasol. Very, very nice.
Of course, the bitch has a parasol.
And she's walking through the streets. She appears to be shopping. She's wearing a very lovely dress.
Oh, she's wearing something quite nice. And then I try to look at Javetta's eye contact. I'm just like, why are you staring at her?
That would be my sister.
Ooh.
Ah, yes, I too know of this sister.
You met her at the party.
You did?
No, I didn't.
You were there.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Right.
Someone else did.
He was sleeping in
He
the
was
cart.
outside. Yeah, he was outside transiting in the car.
He was transit in the cart at that point.
He was
This
chilling.
has been the
Haven't-
best.
No, you were there because you tried to. You used your presence on the guards.
Oh wait, this is
yeah,
the lady that was just out
Yeah,
there?
yeah. This
You're being
is.
super charming.
Oh.
This is Stoutbeard's wife.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I met her.
Yeah, you know her more than I do now.
Look, you met? Didn't you meet
She
her?
does not
I
know
never
what
did.
I am. I
When
don't
we did
think she
when we
knows
put
who
the
I
ring
am
of
at this
mind
point, though.
protection on her, we had that plan. With
I was
Philip.
upstairs because Radan pulled a
I
stunt.
was the only one in the jewelry
Oh,
shop.
you
when
were?
that happened.
Okay.
You and I are the
Yeah,
only ones that
Shadow.
met her.
Sorry,
Okay.
does she recognize me? I looked.
No, you look
Very different.
You look completely different. She doesn't recognize you, but she does recognize Gilbetta, and she stops, and
A
she
blue
says,
woman standing in the middle of town is
Yeah, like-
didn't notice.
"Oh, if it isn't the prodigal daughter, what are you doing
Oh.
here?"
If it isn't the bitch.
She definitely got something up her ass.
I'm just Richard. Sorry, no, I've just like my sword is slowly slinking out of my arm.
Is that really necessary?
Lilith
I'm in
doesn't know
town.
Richard.
No.
But it says, I'm in town on business.
Oh, me as well. I did get your message. I just
Yeah.
didn't know where to send the reply.
Yeah. Well,
Sword is
I'm here
slinking
now.
back.
I also, to be honest, I really didn't understand it.
Of course you didn't.
What were you on about?
You know what? Doesn't matter.
If you say so. My husband has some dealings in town. So, I'm shopping.
Do you ever do anything else?
I do hope one day you'll learn to appreciate the finer things in life.
Sword
There's
is
more
slinking
than
back.
piety and there's more than piety and prayer.
Yes, there is. It's called family.
Hey, bitch, don't be stepping where you don't belong. Shit. No.
Lilith just channels Ghetto.
Whoa, okay.
Yes, and I just married into a new, better family. One that's here for me. Doesn't abandon me for flight's fancy.
My understanding right here.
What?
So are we fighting or are we not fighting? I'm very confused.
Richard, please!
Words, now's the time.
Sorry, and then sorry, I'm just like matches are just throwing matches now. It's just
Just they get wet, they fizzle out.
Actually, I get a little inspired, and I want to start a little flame on her bottom dress behind her. I'm just like, you better get going.
There are too many ironclad dwarves around for you to even get behind her.
Oh, no, I don't even get behind her.
Alright. What?
Do I need to like stealth it?
Yeah, if you're doing it in front of her.
Go move.
Don't move. 1 second.
Sorry. Oh no! While this is happening, I'm just going to let vines grow from my leg and just kind of trap her legs. So when she moves next, she's just gonna fall straight down.
All right, how's my stealth? Fuck.
No.
That's on par.
So remember that shit kicking y'all were talking about. Don't. Ugh.
She looks at it all. She's just. You think all those years he spent with you, he could have taught you some manners.
I'd like to grow thorns on the vines that are now growing around your legs.
And she goes to step away, and she moves, and she can't move her feet from the vines, and she just kind of huffs and rolls her eyes, and she's like, "Would you?" And 6 broadswords are produced and hack away at these vines.
They're growing back as fast as they're hacking at them.
They're quite efficient.
Gilberto says,
They have to hack her from the ground because they'd have to go like through cobblestones.
They're dwarves, dude. They're pretty tough.
Like, do they miss her feet completely?
They just dislodge her from it.
This is the elite security force of a weapons dealer. Manufactured dealer.
Assume they know what they've done it effectively.
Gilberto says, manners? Why? We didn't really have time for manners. We were too busy doing good in the world, while you were probably busy being an evil bitch.
She's got like fucking backup now. I picture Lilith doing all these things. Like, oh, you got told, bitch.
Wait, oh no, can I just whisper to... I don't have a way to... Sorry, I'm just gonna kind of lean into Lilith and go, she probably also spent most of that time on her back.
No take backs, he's yours now.
Great.
Girl, you are a sight for my eyes. You better get running.
Come, men. I'm sure this is not the kind of part of town that we want to go shopping in. It seems unseemly here.
Yes, it is quite dangerous for you to be here.
I'm in no danger at all. But you should be careful where you step, sister.
How close are they all?
They are wrapped around her. They are close enough.
Oh, so they're within 10 feet, all of them.
At most, 2 of them could be, because there are 6.
No. No point then.
Gilberto says, looks like I'm standing in the middle of the street and
she doesn't
nothing's
even
happening.
She doesn't even let you finish. She just turns and walks with her retinue away.
There's backs turned?
Gilberto is gonna say, tell your husband his business dealings should be kept more secret. And then turn around and walk away.
All right.
Try prestidigitation one more time. They have their back turned.
She is wrapped in a cocoon of shield dwarves.
That dress gotta be big and flowy.
All right, give it a shot. Show me what you got.
Let me get that tail dress going.
What are you gonna do to it?
I'm gonna burn it with my prestidigitation.
Okay. All right, give me that. You use prestidigitation.
Mm-hmm. So,
and
still that or no?
It starts to. Well, I mean, at this point, everybody knows what you guys are about. Like, it's you basically tried to subtly assault them several times. So it begins to smolder and smoke, and a group of guards try to desperately pat it out.
Like, let's go.
Jobetta just turned and walked. Like that, she's not staying for this bullshit. Whatever they're doing.
Okay.
So do we get to do the shit kicking now?
I mean, we can go back and kick their ass. I mean, I don't want to stop you.
That seems like a bad idea.
That's
coming from me.
Learning.
There are like 6 of them, and they'd be one of me.
Richard, you've grown.
Yeah, he's a tree. They do that.
If I could high five you.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Then I'd be like, she's gonna need all the money in the world to find a nice dress on her. Shit, she ugly.
Yeah, she literally has all the again. She married
helps.
Stoutbeard.
Don't like her.
That the dude
your
that
sister?
supplemented the giant Civil War?
She's
God.
you don't pay attention to anything other than yourself. She
No, I mean Stoutbeard. They're the ones that gave giants weapons, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a huge civil war going on with the giants. The Stoutbeards gave.
Do you not
the
remember this
smaller
whole
ones.
conversation I had about how she worships Shar and Shar is bad?
No, I got that. Just the whole, like, them and the giant and their weapons.
Yeah, we
You didn't, Gilberta, you weren't told of that.
We never
That's
shared
new
that
information for us. Like,
Yeah.
Oh. I
Well,
don't know what I
shit.
know and what I don't
Well,
know.
we did know about the giant civil war.
yeah.
But you
yeah.
didn't
I
know.
were damned.
Idea
Didn't they
that's
tell us
No.
on the sending stone?
So Jobetta just intuited because
I
we knew
agree.
there was
I
a big
think-
sale.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
told us on the sending stone.
Former giant Civil War, thank you. It's on
Yep.
the rocks.
Anyway,
In your eye.
they're bad.
Oh, fire. Oh, fire. We put fire in his eye.
They're bad. They're not good.
Oh god.
Yeah, the Stoutbeards are generally reviled, even among dwarven society.
Oh my gosh. The vile creature she
Well, I'm almost out of matches. What are we doing now?
Right.
I'm going towards that address.
The estate?
Yep.
I don't want to burn down the estate.
Oh well, that's good, because I
Did
wouldn't
you-
fucking let you.
Grow a tree and burn it? Repeatedly?
He's the tree! What are you not getting?
Well, he can grow shit, and he can burn that.
It's different.
There's a difference. Okay.
Okay, did
But Dad,
anyone,
you've been quiet. Hello, are you still there? Did you wander off?
did anyone bother to grab me, or did you just walk
Yeah.
out the door?
It's just like
Gilberta-
standing there. Like,
Jobetta
guys,
literally has been
guys, what's
keeping
happening?
Jobetta's been keeping you next to her the whole time.
Okay.
Okay. I would have liked it.
So he was next to Jobetta while she was like beaking off at her sister, just like standing there awkwardly, this blindfolded fucking giant of a man. This is
Still
your
the same
pet.
height.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I just started walking towards the estate.
All right. Are we going with them, or does anybody else have business?
I'm kind of sulking. I didn't get to start any fires.
You
Not any
started
real
so many fires.
Not any
What are you
real
talking
fires.
about?
Probably.
That's the conversation the
To get
entire
it
way.
together again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it. I imagine the whole time she's like, you started a fire like here and there, and like she's listing off all the places that you
Those were
started.
small fires. I wanted to light a building. And just
That whole thing was an emotional dumpster fire. So, like,
I'm having a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, Jobetta's not okay. She just found out that we don't know where. Like, we don't know. Sharp is not okay,
Kishana's not gonna be okay with that news either.
And then I saw Sharbitch. So, and then I found out that there's a teleportation circle to home that nobody told me about.
All right, let's go.
So I'm going home.
Let's go.
All right.
To find Penn.
And I'm looking at the address. I'm like, where the hell is this exactly?
Because apparently there is a teleportation circle to home.
Hello, sir. No, wait, Richard, you know this place, right?
Yes.
The address. Please.
The next 45 minutes. The next 45 minutes is spent with Richard leading you to places where he starts a fire and then goes to another place.
I forgot to leave the map with those guys. I didn't even think of it.
Two people who know Waterdeep went off together.
Okay,
You tourists.
Yeah.
We didn't know you guys were going to go cavorting.
Excuse me, help. Where do we go?
Eventually, a kind stranger gives you guys directions. But eventually you guys just have to like hand it to Redan and he pretends to be blind and somebody helps him find the way.
Like that.
Good.
Everyone check your pockets.
Yes. They've got like pamphlets. Redan bought a timeshare. Their pockets are full, like to bursting, with useless business cards.
Not Richard's.
Waterdeep.
Richard's were kindling.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, were we supposed to get Penn a bad bitch t-shirt?
There's several vendors. They sell you one. It costs way too much. And the party arrives. Oh, what is it, Kishan Oh?
One thing I would like to do on the way back.
Yep.
Lucas and I'm sorry. What was your name?
Rodney.
Rodney. What kind of skills do you guys have? Do you have any experience with magic?
We're not magical, sir.
All right. K3, do you have the ability to I told you better do this once. Like heat up a metal object?
Do that.
You're not there.
I know. Oh, I forgot to mute myself. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I can. And I light up the sword.
I meant like a different. No, it's no problem. Is there a magic shop nearby? On the way, if we pass one, I'm gonna pop in and just try to acquire a scroll of heat metal.
All right, it's a scroll of heat metal. Costs you like 5 gold pieces. That's
cool. I'm gonna grab that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you branding them?
Kind of sounds like he's branding them.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about. These are mine.
That's my catchphrase.
These guys are both big, muscly dudes. Like these guys have like the build of a bodybuilder.
No, I just wanted to have this for later.
All right,
bodybuilder or strongman?
Let's go with strongman.
All right. Yeah. Then we'll make our way. We'll get back there.
All right. And Kishan Oh and K3 arrive at the estate outside, just as the rest of the group find their way, also eventually to the estate.
I never liked the way he wore the broom.
Well,
And-
we have to keep stopping to put literal fires out.
Yeah.
On the
And
way.
Penn
so-
and Ghee are already inside. And we will reconvene the team after the break.
All right, yeah. Any break reminders? I guess if you're new here, don't forget to give us that follow because we got a big week coming up ahead of us. We got a new show launching on Thursday, and then next week on Monday we have a very special guest, Joe Cat of Crap Guide fame. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Is going to be joining us in the Warlocks. We'll be back to our separate shows by then, so it'll be just the Warlocks and Joe Cat together all to themselves.
All right.
So yes.
BJ! Sorry.
Thank you, Essence. Thank you for coming and hanging out with you. And yes, if you need to catch up on the backstories of what's going on, everything is available on YouTube.
Karis.
Oh my God! Thank you, Karis.
Karis is amazing.
Amazing.
Karis. Oh my goodness, Karis.
Amazing.
Wow.
Lovely.
We feel so loved with everything that's been happening lately. As well, Penn, like you had the news in case they missed the beginning thing. We finally hit 100 followers on YouTube. And also for those of you who don't know, every time we hit 100 followers here on Twitch, we do another giveaway. So I think coming up next, we're doing the Elderwood Academy scroll, rolling up dice.
It's a dice tray. It's a dice tray.
That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
That rolls up into a scroll. It's really neat. You have to give it the proper spec.
Beautiful.
I got to pull it out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'll pull it out when we come back.
Okay. Ha ha!
So yes, we'll be back.
Welcome back to crossover 2, part 2, Waterloo Boogaloo 2, Waterdeep Boogaloo. Stuff's happening.
Recrossing.
The recrossing with a vengeance. End game.
I hope this is an end game already.
No, sorry, it's not actually end game.
Before we get back into it, I promised to show this.
Yeah, show the thing off.
Show it. So here's what it is. You got this nice little bag that you carried around in, right? And this is our giveaway at 400 followers, by the way. And then you have it's all rolled up, right? And you unroll it and you click it. The construction is great. It's these little like ball bearings with nubs so that they fit together very snugly.
Tell us about the nubs, Bob.
I love
the nubs. Oh, well, these nubs are the highest quality steel ball bearings that have been shaped down into the perfect fit to make a nice little dice tray.
And where do people get these fine products?
Well, they can get these fine products from elderwoodacademy.com. That's right, Elderwood Academy, who's gave us this for free to give to you.
At 100 more followers, and we're practically halfway there already.
Yeah, I'm saying like 50-something.
At 500 followers, Elderwood shit.
So
Could be yours.
I'm going to carefully put this away so that it's nice and safe for you when you win it.
So follow and tell your friends.
Absolutely. Follow and tell all of your friends to also follow. Use peer pressure in an effective way.
Always remember, quality nubs.
Quality nubs.
Quality nubs.
Hashtag quality nubs.
Hashtag the best quality nubs. Where was I?
I don't even remember anymore.
The D&D thing.
Right. Dungeons and Dragons. When last we left our heroes, the party separated across Waterdeep, and parts of the city will never be the same.
Not after all those fires.
People went into some family conflicts. The DM now racks his brain and trying to figure out how he's going to modify this Jobetta sister NPC into something that she can reconcile.
Jobetta had a real bad time.
Thank you so much.
A real bad minute there.
It may be impossible. I might have to do something easier, like take a bear cub away from its mother.
Yeah.
Also,
thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Sergio.
Our Key 3 and Kishan Oh had a heartbreaking goodbye to Kishan Oh's old friend, who this time was acting as a stopgap, working against Zelos from the shadows, as it turns out, at great cost to himself. Oh, thank you again. More people. What's all this stuff?
Thank you for all the things.
Show him the dice tray again. It's working.
Just hang it up behind you so that it's always there, like nubs? Hypnotizing.
Quality nubs is it. And Penn met up with Kat as he returned to the Avalon Knights estate in Waterdeep, former recruitment office, in order to find both instructors and new students for the Avalon Knights Academy before it was destroyed in a gangland-style attack. And he went there and restored the teleportation circle that links it directly to the Avalon Knights Academy, met with Walter, who can take a visible form in this place, and Ghee returned with him after accomplishing his secret mission in learning about the production facility, assembling these warforged machines. And we join that now in progress. Everyone has assembled outside of, everyone except for Ghee and Penn, has assembled outside of the estate. Kishan Oh and Key 3, you see the rest of the group has arrived.
I'm putting the hat back into the position that I like.
Yeah. Preparing it. It's all weird now. It's shaped for like a dwarf head.
Yeah,
I never liked the way he wore it up.
Yeah.
Is he? So he's wearing it when I see him.
He's basically putting it on as he walks up.
I'm gonna walk up to Kishan Oh, and I'm gonna say, I take it, Geraldo is gone.
Yeah, there's 2 guys with him too that you've never seen before.
Also, who's that?
This is Lucas and Rodney. They're our newest recruits.
Ma'am.
Explain inside.
Okay. I got some bad news.
We all do. I say we get inside, make sure it's secure, and then have our
Apparently, there's a teleportation circle to home. Here.
That's certainly going to be convenient in the future.
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
Oh!
Yeah, you all did?
There was a lot going on.
A
There
glowing
was a lot going on.
blue see-through gentleman who Richard and Key 3 recognized immediately as Walter.
Hi,
Standing
Walter.
at the doorway. Hello, madam.
Did we
It
meet him?
appears you guys did not meet Walter.
Walter! Want to hear
Hello,
what's
Mr. Richards.
started?
I would welcome everyone inside. The basement is keeping rather dry at this moment. Give me some time to tidy things up. I am doing the best I can.
Buddy.
Need a hand?
Certainly,
Walter,
if it is offered.
is it, has the place been checked for spiders, as Calazar would say?
It's mostly dead here, sir, but I assure you the basement was quite secure.
Thank you. Alright.
Master Wright and Master Batomps are already inside. They're in the basement as well.
So I'm assuming that beam needs to be put up, right?
Yeah, right here. If you could nail it.
I'd like to speak with the others. Lead the way.
Very well. And he leads you downstairs.
I'm busy upstairs fixing it up.
All right.
I don't need...
Richard engages in carpentry.
As he does.
As he does.
Carpentry montage.
There are
Yeah.
going to be some very specific beams that I can't replace, and you're just going to come back and go, why is there a tree here?
It's a load-bearing tree. Leave it.
That'll be new to 4 of you. 3 of us are already very familiar with randomly occurring trees.
So the rest of you guys, you make it downstairs. And there's a woman that Key 3 knows. But the rest of you have never seen her before, but she's painting the scene. She's just sitting at a chair at an easel painting a scene. She has long gray hair. She wears very simple clothes.
Did we hire an artist?
Is anyone else in there?
And
That's
you
his
have
girlfriend,
guests.
Her name's Kat.
What?
I think it's got 2 T's at the end.
And I turn around and see the other 2, and I'm like, or the rest of them, I guess. I'm like, oh, you all made it. I was not expecting you to be here so soon.
Well, didn't realize there was a teleportation circle.
Dude,
Kind of
there's
forgot
some
to
stuff
tell
we
you
got to tell the lady before we go. Hey, I'm glad I catch you before you step in the glowy blue thing.
Maybe
don't trust
we
the
can
guards, man.
go upstairs?
Or we could, and I point behind me, I was like, we could pop home and have this conversation.
No, before we leave the city, you do that thing with your head, eh? You send a message to someone?
Who?
Lady Silverhand?
What do you want me to say?
4
Is there any
things.
reason? Oh, Any reason we can't do this from home before you send that message?
That spell
Before
don't
you
got a
say it out
range or
loud.
something?
More
I
specifically.
don't know. I don't got this one. I can talk to you a little bit away, but not like that.
Cat says, I understand. This is family stuff. Don't mind me. I'll finish my landscape outside.
No,
Hacks
no.
her things.
And I kind of just am like, no, you can. And I turn. Everyone, I don't know quite how she ended up here, but this is Kat. She's at the very least my research partner from Candlekeep.
I was painting outside and you invited me in.
Well, not here. I meant
She does this a lot, eh? It's funny him look like that, eh?
I look at Penn, and you trust her?
Implicitly.
How loud are they all being?
All right.
Like, can I hear anything like Cat's name?
Actually, when everyone is downstairs, you can't hear them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Lucas, Rodney, if you could go assist Richard with the shoring up of the structure.
We'll do Kishan Oh. We'll do Kishan Oh. And then go upstairs.
Those guys got black hands.
Yeah. You kind of wait for them to go up the door. Yeah, they're the last two with black hands.
What?
Killed the rest?
Where were you? Why that question? And I just kind of stop and remember because I was caught up with this, and I just walk up and try to embrace him because no one else has answered this question for me. And I just hug him real quick and just like, hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jobetta's relaying all this to Radan, by the way. All the like what Pin's like girlfriend looks like and like all the
She's painting.
yeah.
She's
yes,
painting
BJ
Radan while you're talking to him.
Yeah.
She's
In
like,
grayscale,
"You
as
have to
BJ
Kishan
pointed
Oh."
out. It's the only way she would, right?
Yeah.
It turns out you were all right. Going to speak with the Raldo when I wanted to would have been unwise. He admitted it as much himself. But I was right about who he was in the end. He made an unwise choice to put this in his head, and I'll pull out the box.
Handy flexes in your hat.
Do I see his hat move?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't have it.
I
He made
do
an unwise choice to put this in his head and suffered the consequences. In the end, he's been opposing Zelos the whole time. He sacrificed everything to hire Kishan Oh the Wild.
Wait, he was the one that hired Wild?
You said that Wild was attacking the Zentarum, yeah?
Yes.
Then I think we can safely assume that the Zentarum were hired by Zelos. Or sent there, at the very least.
Now,
Oh.
the masked lords that opposed him, anybody who opposed him. But
Ghee,
we can play his game.
I think you need to tell them.
Sure, why not bring the party down another notch, eh?
Tell them what?
Tell us what?
You know I go to the factory, and oh, by the way, can you maybe just broadcast this to the lady and save a bloody trip later?
Sure.
They won't let me in the castle, but I don't want to tell her guards all the truth, eh? Yeah, three things, eh? I do them in order of bad. First, lowest bad, they are hiring the I don't even like the word, eh? The dregs of society, the people that don't got jobs, the people that don't do anything for money. They are hiring them to work in this factory. So you tell that lady fucking Silverhands she's got to have public works project, eh? Pay these people real wage so they don't go work for this guy. Number 2, getting worse. We still don't know where they put the art in. Key 3, Richard, Penn, I know you know what I'm talking about. The other 4. The creature
not
you know
there.
in MT1, he's got that. Yell up the stairs. You know, in MT1, he's got that place in his chest, eh?
Yes, we know.
Key 3 put the fire and he come alive again, eh?
What do you
These
mean?
are new ones.
No.
There
The
was
Mage Tower.
there was
the
an
fire in
no.
the thing, and you
There
put the
was
thing
one
in-
from the Citadel. We took it out, but
Did
it's
you look
gone.
at the art?
Yeah.
Was it all black and shitty and it was a soul, eh?
Like purpley, weird, gooey.
This one wasn't quite. I wouldn't say gooey. It had a bit of
It
radiance
felt
to
wrong.
it. This
Make you look a little bit sick when you look at it, eh?
it looked kind of almost like MT1's, but much darker.
Yeah. It's a fucking soul, eh? It's put in there, did not choice like this, like E3 she make this by choice, eh?
Well,
This
no,
soul
hold-
is sucked
this
out of
wasn't-
something and put in this machine. But here's the thing, they don't do it here. So we still don't know where they do that. The important part, the part that bring it alive, we still don't know where they do that. Eh?
But I think from what you're describing, what we saw, I think, was different than what you saw. This wasn't one of Zelos's. This is one of the originals from
So
the
this
Black
is-
Citadel. It was powered by something different.
Okay, well, these ones he's got, they are powered by the dead souls of others, eh? And we don't know where they
Oh.
do that. And we also know that magic, you can't make that magic go away, eh? I try very hard and it don't work at all. That's not the worst news.
Well, I'm trying not
Here's
to
the
jump to
shitty bit,
conclusions,
hey?
so let me hear the shitty bit.
They are quite literally, as we speak, building metal U, and the metal U, and the metal U, and I go all the way around the circle. And they are stamping them, aka, we are replaced, eh? If this finishes, if we let this happen, we are replaced. We lose, and Cookie never comes back.
It's not about replacing us. It's about
ending the
fighting
age
the
of
Zentara.
adventure. He told us in so many words, eh? End
Yeah, but-
the age of
No.
adventure, and it all stops.
Don't
Cookie
don't
can
you
never
see?
come back.
Ghee, don't you see? This is Zelos playing both sides against each other. He has
Yes.
been doing so from the beginning.
Yes,
This
I just
guards
figured
them
this out
against
on the
the
way here
Zentara.
5 minutes ago, but yes.
Oh my god. This
He
is
is
how he's
helping
going to
both
take down
sides.
the
He
Zentara.
wants us to fight Blackwind.
Araldo told me that he was going to take down the Zentara. That's why he wanted me to complete the contract.
He's going to use all of it to put these fucking metal men in charge of everything. What he can't
But-
buy, he controls with them, eh?
How would he figure out? Oh.
Who gave us the glowing balls to use against Blackwind to balance it, eh?
Who led us to get the coin that brought Blackwind back into the world?
And who's
So what
gonna
you
use...
think he's
Who
doing for
started
Blackwind
all
to
of
make the
this?
fighter even stronger, eh? He wants us to fight because he can't lose. If we lose, the age of adventuring comes to an end. He wins, these robots and him take over. If we win, Blackwind dies, a great and powerful creature that might come and get him at some point in the future is gone, and we are weakened in the process and therefore easier to take out. The only reason we are still alive is because he cannot murder us in cold blood, eh?
We can weaken him.
There's something else we can find. There's only ever been one Zelos. And he's
Wait.
existed longer than the eye could see. He's existed since long before the Zentara,
So-
and the Zentara are just a piece of his plan.
We were right about that?
You were right about that.
Can't hear you, Lilith. Okay.
But there's a flaw in his plan. If he's going the political route, it's all about perception. It's the same as performers. If somebody thinks you're a horrible person, they're not going to come see your show.
He's
My
trying
Grandpa
something.
Aaron screwed over somebody who tried to steal his thimble rip station, and by spreading some maybe not entirely correct tales about him.
Thank you so much.
And people stopped giving him money.
I look at Key 3 and say, you mean we make more sparks come out as robots, eh? When he's not looking? Like at the party?
Mm-hmm.
What?
For starters,
Sparks.
it means we also remove him from his political seats with evidence. It means we also step in.
If we turn the people against him.
He's banking on the will and support of the people this time. He's changed tactics.
Well, I mean,
He's
he does
not
every
dumb.
time.
Yeah.
This time he chose the public eye.
I thought this book was an adventure. Actually, it's a political thriller. We just don't know until now, eh?
Well, on that note, you should know that, as I said, Araldo gave everything to try to fight off Zelos. He even spared me having to finish the job. He did it himself. And in return, he asked that I take the mask.
What are you talking about? And what's that box?
There's
That
only one
box
thing.
is what we went to get.
And no big, it's just the Eye of Vecna, whatever, chilling.
Backed up right against
To awaken mine to Pen and say, is Handy doing good?
He twitched a little bit.
Fucking do it.
Keep him away from it if it's not in the box.
Well, look, first thing, this thing needs to be getting rid of. It needs to be out of this city for sure. And I can't know where it is.
For sure.
I can't know, ever, where it is.
Who is the best person for this?
Obviously, it's me.
I like how her dad just no. I should be the masked lord. I should get the Eye of Vecna.
Jobetta, like as high as she can, just like tries to pat Redan on the head, just like okay, just.
I don't mean to be rude, but you got access to a house where the hallways change every 15 seconds?
What about MT1?
It's too obvious. What about MT1? Yes. If ordered to never tell anyone, he would never tell anyone, right? Perhaps he could
That is
even
how
wipe
it
it
works,
from his own memory.
Anyway, you are probably the one person who should not be part of this conversation about where we're going to hide that from you.
Yes, this is a conversation that should happen elsewhere, and I'm just going to hold it out, wait for somebody to take it.
I will reach out and take it.
I thought clearly Redan was the choice.
Yeah, I'm extending my arms.
He's like,
He's just like,
I know
no,
all about
no.
possession by evil things. It should be me.
he's like, guys.
Speaking
Obviously, I'm not gonna make the same mistake again.
Is that obvious?
Awkward silence ensues.
Dan, I don't know you that well, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
I don't think I fooled you once.
Why are you still blindfolded?
He
Why wouldn't I
insisted.
be?
He
We-
insisted.
The ties were cut. Why are you... How are you...
Are you okay, Pen?
Why are you blinded?
Just in case.
Oh, if he
I
can
think
see somewhere, he can teleport to it.
Pin, I think he thinks it's fun. Just
He also, if he gets taken over by something, he can't teleport away if he can't see.
yeah.
But the ties were cut.
Yeah, well, that's what I said, but he's, I don't know, taking precautions.
And I walk over and I look up at him and I'm just like, either we can trust you or we can't. And I believe that we can.
Well, then obviously I should hold the eye.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't even hold the eye. From one person who
Definitely
shouldn't hold
the eye.
From
Yeah,
one
no,
person,
Pin. We need to also not let Pin know
Don't know
where
either.
it
Yeah,
is.
I'm with you, Cleric Lady, for sure. That guy don't know either, right?
From one person who shouldn't to another, and I just kind of put my hand on his chest. We should not know. But I'd like it if I could look you in the eye and tell you that.
Maybe later.
There's obviously
We've got like 30 minutes to an hour. We're burning daylight. Later?
You got plenty of time.
Quick clarification, Pen, did you send those 3 bits of information to Lady Silverhand, please?
I will, but I was gonna do it when we got home.
Okay.
Unless you
So
really
she don't know yet.
are like,
Okay.
Obviously, the other thing I need to do as soon as possible is to acquire a copy of that contract. That's our proof linking Zelos to the Zentara.
There's one last thing, and I need Richard to be here for this. And does my awakened mind reach out of the basement? Because I did it.
Yeah,
with
your awakened mind can do.
So I'm like, Richard, can you please come down? This is a really serious conversation, and you've already missed a lot. Sorry.
Yeah. Part of that was on purpose. To see Richard coming down the stairs.
Walter shoos you off and says, yes, I can handle the rest. I think we've taken this as far as we can for now.
All right. And I'm just walking through the mini forest I've grown. I'm going to also expend 1 plant growth. Just
Oh, yeah.
Say that happened.
And as you leave, Walter's just, there's so much raking.
Why didn't he go with evergreens? It's fall.
As Richard comes in, I'm like, there's one last thing, but I'd really rather tell you all this at the Crab Shack.
Cool. What's the box?
As long this is gonna like stay open, we'll be able to go back and forth.
No, I have tucked the box.
The box is tucked away.
Box is tucked away.
Oh, never mind.
But you do see Kat is painting a picture of everyone.
It's a teleportation.
Oh God, I
circle.
hope she doesn't paint a box.
And I'm just ushering, just like, here we go. Anybody want to go first? I'll go first.
Wait,
after you, sir.
Before you all go, I wanted to give you something. And she turns it around, and it's a painting of everybody as a group. Like a family portrait.
Alright, well.
Good God, you paint fast.
She has 4 PhDs, and I sound prouder than I've ever sounded in my
And
life.
she paints?
I feel like she got my wood side. That's not the side you want.
Excuse me, ma'am?
Please tell me she drew Redan with
What are you
blindfold.
doing these days?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you like a very interesting job?
Oh. That's a bit much. I have so many hobbies currently, and I'm working on studying.
And
Can I get back to you on that?
Yeah, anytime.
And I'm just with.
Does she look
I mean,
alive
applications are always
or
open,
what?
but we're very selective.
She looks a lot. She's very pale. She has gray, straight hair that just hangs around her. She wears very simple clothes.
Just a
like if
big old
Bland
goth.
was a personality. If Bland was a person.
But anyway,
It's amazing, but you know.
He's also freaking brilliant. So.
Seeing this painting, I'm just gonna run up and hug her. There's a lot of hugs happening.
Yeah,
There's a lot of hugs happening today.
It's
Pen
a
needed
hug.
a hug today.
And I'm just gonna take that, and I'm gonna be like, "Do you have Noodle with you?"
No, I left him back at my residence. I didn't think it was necessary between my Adjuration Shield and the Rune Wards.
Oh, you're bloody brilliant. Do you want to see the keep? We're going, or do you need to get back to?
No, I have a lot of abandoned buildings to paint here.
Okay.
I will come visit you another time. It was nice to meet you all.
I take out my notebook and I start a new page and I write abandoned buildings, public works projects.
Gilberta, what direction is the teleportation circle? Point me.
She.
Sorry, no,
okay.
I just walk right behind Redan and like.
No,
give
no,
him a
no,
shove.
no, no.
Blah, blah, blah.
Because
No.
she says, "What is he facing towards it or away from it?"
I'm gonna say he's facing away from it.
He's facing away from it. Okay, so it's behind him.
Yep.
He's gonna say, "Redan, it's right in front of you."
I'm gonna run full charge ahead.
Who does he run into?
As soon as Redan has given himself a concussion, I'm just gonna grab him like by the blindfold, and it's still attached to him in such a way, and then just drag him across and go. God damn it!
I'm assuming this is like the whole Black Citadel wall thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, just exactly like it.
Yeah.
The Redan-shaped dent in the wall. The brick
So
work.
Betta's like laughing. She's like, "Sorry, Redan."
Walter comes down and. Oh. Very good, masters. I shall stay here and work on returning this to its former glory.
Oh, yeah, Walter, I see that look on your face. You should see us when we're drinking, eh?
Oh, dear.
Walter, I can't imagine gold is of much use to you.
No, sir.
Is there any way you prefer to receive compensation for your work?
Oh, I need only a steady stream of sacrifices to replenish my essence.
What sort of sacrifices?
Oh, anything will do.
Does it have to be living things?
A living preferred.
Do plants count?
No, it has to be a creature of some sort. On an altar. There's a complex ritual.
What's
He's
the
not a vegan.
what's the rate of sacrifices necessary here?
I'd need at least 4 per hour, sir.
What for? What?
Yeah, it's
So
been
if I
really
give you,
hard
like-
to keep up with that.
If I give
Trust
you
me.
like 50 now, would it
Understood.
work?
You know,
Sir, I'm having you on.
Really? Because I've got woodlice and I want to get rid of them.
Gee's knees give out.
I do not want your wood lice, sir.
I immediately turn and look at Ghee and like, you're fucking rubbing off on everyone now.
Amazing, boom. Anyway. All right. Who's ready to go home?
Just for that, I'm not bringing you a present, Walter. I'll follow you.
I couldn't do anything with it, sir. I'm sorry.
You don't know what kind of presents I can get.
I will be sure to make you proper tea when you return, sir.
I unlive to serve.
I do unlive to serve for eternity.
All right.
I make a vain effort to straighten something on a table before I leave.
Gilberta, could I get my sword back?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's mine now.
Okay. I just want to have my hands on this when I walk through because I don't know if this is going to kill us all.
Mm-hmm.
Will someone please point me in the direction of the portal?
Oh no, I'm dragging you.
She's just pulling
Good.
you along. You're wrapped in tree bark.
All right.
Like the arm that you've been using to carry yourself around
I'm
as
jumping
well.
through.
Like,
Who else is jumping through?
Yeah, I'm gonna
done.
hug Kat and be like, I'll send you ascending, and I'll walk through with the painting in my hands.
Everybody going through?
Yep.
I think we all did.
All right. You all step through.
And there's a Tarrasque sleeping
There's a
in front of
Tarrasque
you.
sitting in front of you.
But it's this big.
So it's only got the 2 hit dice.
Right?
As everyone leaves, Kat turns to Walter. You watch out for them, right? I do what I can, miss. I think I might too. And she packs up her things. And she goes. And the two goons that were left behind.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, all this good stuff. The 2 goons that were left behind are put to work by Walter, and the building is slowly restored.
Forgot about them.
No, dude, I gave them a job. I don't know if we could take them back yet. They haven't been secured.
They've been vetted. So once you guys step through the portal, welcome home!
Who's that?
William!
William is there. Melissa is there. Spoonie is there. Tommy is there. Wormspit is there. Ogbog the Manslayer is also there.
And Whistle Whip's foot is sticking out from behind.
Whistle Whip tumbles out of an upper cupboard with like 12 bottles that collapse to the ground when everybody shouts "Welcome home."
Has someone found fucking Philip yet?
Nope.
I'm going to
I'm just
Also-
gonna give Ogbok a quick high five.
Ogbog high fives you. Also there is Marcus Phoenix, all healed up and well. And a gnoll. And 2 humans.
Yeah.
Team Growl!
how the fuck did they get in here?
They're part
They're
of
on
the
our side, man.
academy.
I'm gonna charge at the knoll and I'm gonna grab him, push him against the wall, and hold the sword up to his throat. How the fuck are you alive?
I'm casting hold person on Kishan Oh as soon as he does that.
They're part of the academy.
They were dead. How are they?
We
They're-
fixed him, eh?
Is
They're-
this some of your? Did you
The
do some
Daryl's find a way.
necromancy shit?
You wouldn't know
Oh!
if I did, but no, Marcus Phoenix. please.
Awaken mind to Kishano. You gonna calm down, buddy?
Yeah, somebody explain this shit though. We thought they were dead.
I'll drop hold person.
Yeah.
I could shed some light on that.
Would you please?
It's a really good story. Daryl tells it better. Daryl. And Daryl with a Y, who has remained silent in all the time that everyone has experienced with him. Many years ago, during the very first encounter Team Growl had with an investor, this investor claimed that we were so incompetent we would not be able to accomplish the task without killing ourselves. And so he cursed us to reanimate whenever we died until our task was accomplished. But we kind of forgot what it was. And now we just do our own thing.
Very on brand.
You're going to
Team
live
Growl.
forever.
Ha! Classic Daryl.
As far as we know, we still do age, and we may die naturally. But if we are slain, we
Slain and
do
left in the
return
ditch.
eventually. Yes, that was rude, but we do not hold it against you.
Okay.
What?
Oh, now hold on.
And then he
To be
puts
fair,
Look, you have
I
to
meant it.
understand.
I meant it when I said I was going to let you leave with your lives.
That was
That
always
guy
the
was-
plan.
That guy was a psychopath.
That
What?
guy's gone.
He's no
Okay.
longer part of the academy. Okay. I am curious though as to how you became part of this. I'm happy to be caught up on that later. We've got other things to discuss at the
No,
moment.
ask the vice president.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that later. I was quite the diplomat, okay? I did some advertising. It worked out.
We had
for the
business
academy.
cards and everything.
Hey, look.
You did some
look at-
advertising.
Kishano, look at it this way. You now have the Black Hand folks part of the academy, and we have Team Growl,
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, all 2.
Yeah, we got all 3 of the growl. Eh?
which only adds up to 1.5.
Oh,
Well,
there's
you know
that
what?
big
Believe
right
you're
there, eh?
alive. That is.
Hey, and I hang the painting up behind the bar, like in the center somewhere.
Well, actually, you're still in the tower, but
Oh well, can we go to the bar? This sounds
We
like a
make
bar
our way to the
conversation.
bar.
All right.
Yeah.
off to the crab shack. There's
there's
food and
lots-
drink laid out for you guys.
Are you guys gonna have that conversation I shouldn't be part of first?
We could do that later. I want all of you here if possible.
I'm going to find the dog.
We gotta go to the bar.
The moment you step outside, he runs up
Yeah,
to
I
you.
was about to
The
say,
dog will
I'm
follow us
sure
to the
you're
bar.
gonna be-
Yeah. Also, Mum. What did we end up calling Mum?
Who?
She was
Albert's mom.
Speedy
Snappy.
or something.
Snappy.
Oh, Snappy, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Snappy is trundling around eating from a trough filled with meat, and you see bowling ball. Thump. Thump.
I turned to Key 3. You told them I was opposed to this, right? I specifically mentioned that in the letter.
I believe I passed that along, yes.
I don't want any part of that.
I may have forgotten.
Didn't I also send one for her to breed with?
Dagger fail, girl.
I think did I? Did I not?
Did you?
I did.
I don't know. I'll rewatch the episode. I don't remember us sending the one to breed with, but
I did buy one for her to breed with, though, didn't I?
Did you?
I think I did.
I think we talked about it. I don't know if you ever did.
We'll go back and watch the episode. See.
Somebody might have to go back to Schultz.
William.
I mean, Keeper's gonna go anyway, so.
William's like, hey, it's doing good. It's shaking a lot.
Awesome.
What's shaking?
Nothing much. How about you? Dragon egg.
More important topics.
Yes.
Drag.
Let's
Riptide is
stay focused.
moving back and forth between jumping on and licking Redan and jumping on and licking Jobetta.
Yeah, let's stay
is all,
focused.
every time that he comes back to Jobetta, she's like all about it.
Okay. To the
The
bar.
dragon is mine. You stay away.
To the bar. To the bar. You all need drinks.
This all happens as you're moving to the bar.
He quite literally did not have to say it the second time. I am already in the bar. Me and Tommy are, we're putting drinks in. To be more accurate, he's pouring, I'm drinking.
Get a hose on one tap while you're pouring.
and once we're in there, I'm gonna again hang that painting somewhere in the middle of behind the bar, place of honor, and then I'm gonna turn around and look at everyone and say, Blackwind is not a monster.
I have to agree in the light of new knowledge.
Which is?
He's a shell.
And any of the things he absorbed could take control.
Quick question. What happens if we break the shell? Do they come spilling out like an egg?
Probably.
Milk?
Probably more pouring out like a popped pimple.
So you're saying we got to be exterminators?
I've been reading through his stuff, and you don't want to know some of this, but I think you have the right to know what's inside Moldavo's Blackwind. One shadow demon, one black shadow dragon, several undead shadows, 5 specters, 2 intellect devourers, 1 salamander warlord, Chules, and a death slad.
And a partridge.
Which is perhaps the worst concoction I can imagine to be inside a person.
The more time we let pass,
How
the
many
longer
of
that
those
list's
are
gonna get.
undead things?
All of them! Except maybe 1. I think they're all undead.
Well, that makes that part easy.
Nah, kid, some of them are demons. Shadow demon. Chulls are underdark beasts. This guy knows about them. And intellect devourers are kind of like the pets of mind flayers.
Also fun Underdark stuff.
Yeah, also fun underdark stuff.
Really messed up.
If you mention one more Underdark thing, I'm gonna rip out an eye.
So,
It's gonna be mine, but you know.
my patrons taught me something that can help us with the undead stuff for about an hour. Keep them at bay.
We got a boatload of cleric coming, you guys said, eh?
We have a spell or ritual for a spectral cavalry. You guys said you have a dragon flyby.
And
We got this, we still got this covered, guys. This don't change nothing. Eh?
yeah.
We got to get rid of all. The only difference is the things we got to kill are in
that?
him. They
was
aren't
it?
of him. There's a chance here, Pen.
What was that, Richard?
Oh, I'm just wondering how Talon is doing. He's gonna hatch soon.
Oh, the dragon.
Oh,
He's coming along. He's not quite ready to hatch, but it's getting closer.
We
Pen, for the first time ever, I see doubt on your face. You can't doubt, my friend.
If all of those things are inside of him, how do you draw them out?
That's the kicker.
We saw Calazar do it.
what if he had a sudden infusion of divine energy?
You
Look, there's
pin
two
him
parts
to
to Black
one
One.
place and you light him up like a fucking Christmas tree. Calazar do it and drive almost all the power out of him once already. We saw it. Eh?
But how do we get?
Oh
Now
yeah,
back.
no, Calazar is.
We get him in the tower. We light
Tommy,
him up.
how's Calazar doing?
Whatever's left.
He's doing all right. He's coming along.
That's good.
And Spoonie
We
kind of
balanced
walks
demons,
across the
eh?
bar with a glass of wine and hands it to Lilith. Gives her a little wink. Glad you're doing all right, kid.
Would
You can turn the undead and you can banish demons, eh?
we do have that exorcism ritual?
We got that too. And we got 4 dragons, 4 metallic dragon who come here to deal with any army he comes with, eh?
Let's not forget there's 2 parts to Blackwind. And I can take care of the part with the army.
Just give me time. He read the spell wrong, and I have a library of, as far as I understand, infinite knowledge.
That's
So
not.
Right. But I
you
mean, as
don't
far as
have a
I
lot
understand,
of time.
lichdom taints the soul as much as the rest of these things. If I can remove that, it's only going to make your attempt easier.
oh yes, I'm not denying that. If that's
Okay.
how does
So we're all on
that
the same terms. I'm gonna
How-
stab him in the heart.
want that?
I mean, he stabbed Radan in the heart, and Radan's fine.
And I look at Radan, and I'm just like, how? That doesn't.
It's a weapon blessed by a god for a very specific purpose. This is that purpose. I have a feeling it's precise enough. As long as I can be precise enough to do only what it's meant to. But
First,
I
we have
stabbed
to
it.
knock all the shit out of him.
I ran this giant, half giant side, through with the blade, and it only severed by a portion the connection, only partially. So, I mean, the odds of me doing more damage than what's intended seem pretty slim.
You 4 don't know what his phylactery is, do you?
No,
It's
I
a-
imagine it's
Reach up to Marcus Phoenix's
trinket or
throat.
something.
I'm assuming there's a chain around his neck. Like a leather thong.
Yeah.
I just pull.
Ah.
And
But-
using that, I'm assuming he's got the same amulet. He's part of the original group, right?
Yeah. Hey,
AKA amulet hanging
Sir.
down his throat.
they gave these out to members. I never
He's-
take mine off.
I let him go.
He's
What?
one of us at the end of the day. And
At this, Richard is just heavily drinking.
What
Pen-
did they say what the phylactery is, and I missed it?
it's the pendant
It's
around
an amulet.
It's an
They should have said-
AKA
It's-
pendant.
Oh.
It's Maldavos's amulet from when he was a member of the AKA before he turned.
Pen, I think we're in agreement.
I just kind of like shudder for a minute. I'm just like, I just want to make sure this is the only thing that's mattered personally for a while. Not the only thing, but you understand.
I have not
No,
been
Pen,
instructed
you
to
don't
kill him. Pen. I've only been instructed to undo the bargain.
And this makes it easier, eh? They aren't part of him. They're not joined. We're just killing bugs, eh?
I know we just got to get him out. We just got to figure that out. We just got to, yeah.
Pen, the only reason we learned this is because of you, eh? The only reason this is even an option on the table is because of you. We were going to kill this guy and play into Zelos's hands like the idiots we are. Because of you and your art, that's not going to happen.
This is the divergent path, Pen. You found it. This is the chance to throw him off his game.
It's Kishan Oh was part of it.
But you asked the question. You knew the right question to ask.
You are the only one that wanted to give him a chance. It's okay, here, have a drink. It make you stop crying, eh?
Well, kids, sounds like you did a bang-up job. Sounds like even if he does come down here, he's got a whole world of trouble coming his way.
Since we're all sharing, I still don't intend to let him get here. I still say we march on him. We know where he is. Redan discovered he's in the Star Mounts. Remember, that laboratory, that's in the Star Mounts. He's building some abomination. If we let him march on here with it, the destruction will be unfathomable. We need to go at very least weaken him. We have a boatload of clerics on the way. We can go in there, and even if we don't find him there, we can clean out the facility, stop him from making anything else.
Melissa.
I don't hate this plan. We do both, eh? We
You
weaken
prepare-
him there.
We prepare for the worst and try to cut
Right
it
here.
Melissa
What is left?
pipes up as she's like putting some stuff on your guys' tables. What if you guys go and you don't make it? There's two of you, two teams. Maybe one should stay here in case if you attack him, maybe his army's lying in wait. If none of you are here to defend us,
I think we know what you mean, eh? We know which of these two groups is good at kicking ass and which one is good at sneaking, eh? You guys are going, eh? We stay here?
Sounds like it.
I mean, I don't mean to tell you guys what to do. It's our home too, and we're just worried. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak out.
No, your voice is appreciated here.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of trying to send all of our forces to try and take him out when he might not be where we think he's going to be.
Spread out our eggs. So it is.
Anybody but me feel like this shit just got really fucking serious?
There are like 20 things of alcohol that Richard's consumed.
We all realize, though, at this point, with everything we've learned over the last day, getting rid of Blackwind is just the beginning.
Step one, my friend. To the Avalon Knights Academy. And all those who uphold its traits, eh?
And everyone that you guys have come to know on your journeys raises a glass with you here.
There's one that doesn't.
Who?
Sharp.
And Wild.
Gilbert, what do we need to do, eh?
I doubt
We need to
Califor's
fix
up
the
here.
problem so you can focus, eh?
Do we have any idea where she is?
Where is she? Look, you guys got the mission you're going on, eh? We got a couple of
Salute.
days.
Where's the mirror?
Salune said that she lost contact with her after she went to Neverwinter. She doesn't.
I'm gonna look at Kishan Oh. You're like, should I like try the whole thing?
You'll better reach over and takes it off of him.
All right, see you in an hour.
Well, that's not what I meant.
It's just like stools are pushed out of the way, a table goes up, things clatter to the floor.
Let's drag him into a secure room.
What's he doing?
He's locating
It's a new thing he
the
does.
same way he found Blackwind.
Fucking
I
Warlocks,
just keep
man.
putting drinks in front of Jobetta.
You're telling me, man. This is your.
Jobetta's not drinking any of them. She's not touched the drink. since we got here.
I just touched far too many.
So can anyone think of any more information?
I imagine Richard is like seeing, like sneaking Gilbetta's drinks away that
Oh,
she's
no,
not
he's not
drinking,
even-
and like
He's not even bothering sneaking. It's just he's outright taking them.
Oh yeah, between Melissa and Tommy, drinks are flowing steadily.
Oh, one tiny thing. My family might show up for a couple days. I sent them here when we thought there were murders going on. So
That's fantastic. Spoonie's going to be occupied. We're going to need some entertainment in the
Thanks.
crab shack
yeah.
for at least a
Oh.
couple more days before we shut it down.
Oh, that's great. I could use an understudy.
And I thrust that bottle of wine back in Lilith's arms. And it's like, here.
No, I didn't mute.
Does anyone else have crucial business to discuss while we're all here?
And Penn is just, you could tell he's freaking out a little bit.
Gilbetta
Oh.
says, also, you were right, it was Sirik that wanted us to get those things. That was one of the first things Sunune said when I spoke with her, was not to get them. But we didn't, so...
I appreciate that you took the time to check.
By the by, we also have an army of fairies coming.
Whoa! Way to bury the lead, tree man!
Yeah, it's not free though.
Of course.
By the end of it, there's a 60-40 chance I don't ever walk again. I get the army, I break my pact. No pact, no tree, no tree. Well, I don't have a lot of internal organs that are still flesh.
Maybe that's a last resort.
It's not even a resort, it's already coming.
Is there any way to reverse this deal? We've got a lot of reinforcements. You don't need to do this.
There's a way to do. No, not really. It's either we try to break the deal and we unleash an even crazier power across the world of fucking fairykin. You'll be fine. By the end of this, if everything goes well and I'm alive, I'm pretty much gonna run a bar. Nice little place.
Gilbetta's gonna
Richard.
say, Pin, this is the one time I will authorize you figuring out how to bring him back if something happens.
Do that and I will come back and kill you and then kill myself again.
What if it was to wholly restore you? We've got friends in very high places these days.
Shano, I've got friends in places that I'm never gonna get to see again. So once I'm gone, I'm gone.
You're making up for 365 friends who died. Never before have I been okay with you sacrificing yourself, and I'm still not. But if there was a reason, that's a good one, eh? Lady Gilberta, will you come on a walk with me, please? And if she doesn't resist, I will take her elbow and walk her outside.
Anyways, I'm gonna check on the egg.
Before he goes, I'm going to grab him and just kind of pull in and whisper in his ear. If things go south, leave your list for me.
Small piece of paper comes out of his jacket and just is plugged into his hands.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, and if I don't get to see her before I go, I just need I need you to tell Ramla I'm sorry. And then with that, I go upstairs.
Can I get that name?
Ramla.
Just send it to him in Discord.
R-A-M-L-A?
Ramla.
R-A-M-L-A, gotcha.
Before Gilbetta walks out, she'll say, also, if you weren't already aware, Stoutbeard is currently in Waterdeep.
Oh, yes, he's the one that's building the Warforged.
The metal us.
Yeah. I saw my sister.
How was
That explains part of this.
How'd that go?
Oh, great. Saw her right after I found out about Sharp.
You said Sharp is in Waterdeep?
She was in Neverwinter. The last
Neverwinter, right?
The last that Salune had contact with her.
I won't speak for the others, but I will speak for me. You guys got the mission. You got to go to this horrible lab we already been to once and destroy what you can without getting yourselves killed, eh? But I, for one, don't got anything to do for the next couple of days. And I looked at the other warlocks, hoping that they'll jump on the bandwagon. How about we go to Neverwinter and we find her for you, eh?
Because I don't think she told me what she went to do. So
How hard can it be to find the Kishan Oh, eh?
Well, I guess
They
once,
kind of stand out.
When Redan wakes
wakes
up.
up.
Yeah. You should
He'll
have
know.
some answers.
Oh, that's right.
Quit fighting this, Gilbert. I only got one more question. What do you want me to tell her when we find her?
To come home.
Shot my sister.
Okay. I tell her to come home, eh? You tell her the rest, eh?
And I'm sweating bullets, and I'm like, I need to talk to the cleric for a moment, and I just walk outside the front door.
Yeah.
There's a Jabetta line now.
Yeah.
I need to find Yibi.
Yibi's there. He's been at your side drinking the entire time.
Oh, great. We're gonna pull aside to
Nonchalantly.
another
Yeah.
corner, and I'm just gonna ask him how things have been. I'm trying to just get an assessment on like what's going on and how has it affected him. We've been gone so long.
It's good to have you back, boss.
You know I don't like being called that. So what's been going on? Tell me of your life these last weeks. I wasn't expecting to be gone. I'm sorry. I would have brought you with if I knew.
Been doing a lot of training.
Oh yeah? With who?
The Warlock guys. They got the weird one to make us armor.
Which weird one? It's a kind of a vague designation.
The blacksmith.
When did the blacksmith show? Oh, the guy Redan sent. Yeah, what was his name?
I'm not good with human names yet.
Nah, it's fine. The consonants are weird. So what have you been training in? What kind of stuff have you learned?
He pulls out a sword, kind of like your original scimitar. Rapier. He's like, I've been working on this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go take it out and see what you've learned. And we're gonna step outside, do a little bit of rapier fencing, and we don't have to play through. You can just tell me
Yeah,
what
we
it
can.
is.
All right. Do you guys do some rapier fencing? Get with that. Penn, you go. Jabetta, are you gonna let Penn have a chat with you?
I am, yeah, because I'm concerned about why he wants to talk to me.
We never made it outside, right? We were going to go, but
Yeah,
then
you were
said
going to
before
go,
we
but
left,
then,
you
like,
said
everybody-
And then I
so,
said
yeah.
the thing about, because I remembered as I was about to walk out that, like, I didn't know if you guys knew that he was actually in town at this moment.
I took some theming and I walked over to the river, and I'm just holding my hat and I'm just like crouched by the river.
She's gonna ask Ghee first if he had something specifically that he wanted to talk about, or if he was just.
I just want to tell you that I will help. I will find her for you and bring her back. She is obviously very important.
To me and Kishan Oh.
I hear that's pretty special, eh? Well, then I will save it. We will find her. I will find her. I look at the other three. It's like, we will find her, or
I'm outside.
I'm upstairs.
Yeah.
You look at key 3.
Key 3, yeah.
All right. Well, we
I
can't
got
hear
you covered, eh? Go talk to the crazy one, eh? The doomed one.
Zobetta will do
You
the
can't
thing
hear
where
you,
she.
Misa.
Dan, if you're trying to talk, can you?
Zobetta will do the thing where she kind of like puts her hand on Gee's shoulder and then like lets it. You know how you like when you walk away from somebody, you kind of let your hand slowly like as you walk away until your hand just falls to your side. She does that.
Okay.
That thing as she goes.
Poignant.
As she goes to find Penn.
All right. And Penn is crouched by the river holding his hat down.
What are you doing?
You really
and then
care.
She's gonna jump in the water because she hasn't swam in this river in a very long time.
Just like walks right past him in the water.
Yep.
Hey, what you doing?
Yep.
And I'm just sitting there crouched at the edge looking in, and whenever she surfaces or can hear me or whatever, I'm just like, you really care about her, don't you?
Yeah, she was one of the first and only person for a long time I could talk to about Salune and everything that I am.
I think I understand that. You met Kat. I don't love clerics. They tend to rub me the wrong way. Necromancy and all, it's not. And I'm just holding my hat down really tight, and I'm just like, but I don't think we're that different. I think you and I just have different goals, but we feel the same. I don't know. I need to tell someone this because I can't tell Kishan Oh, because I don't think he would want to know based on what happened earlier.
Tell me what? And she'll walk out of the water, but she wants to stay in the water, so she'll put on her ring of water walking and walk out and just pace back and forth up top of the river.
When he pulled out that eye, and I very tentatively lift the hat. I'm like, and I just really quickly pull it back down. He twitched, and I don't know. It's an undead thing. It's powerful. It could be anything, but I don't know the nature of this yet. And if it is potentially linked to that, there's nothing I can do about it other than keep it contained right now. But I don't want to put it in a box and put it somewhere. I know it's hard to understand, but I don't know.
I'll
And-
remind Jabetta that she saw the same spectral image I did in the tower.
You're the only one I can
Can you
really.
also remind me what that was?
You saw the other adventuring party reach into the thing and pull out the hand, and the hand we knew belonged to a sorcerer. We know it came from the Black Citadel, basically.
Oh, that the hand. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah, but it didn't look like handy.
Oh.
Oh, it didn't look like Andy?
No, it didn't.
I thought we said
It,
it was the same.
it looked similar, but it wasn't. It did not look like the handy that you know. I mean, it's a hand.
Was it the same?
All right, never mind.
I don't.
Were they both right?
They were
hands,
both
or-
right.
Yeah,
hands,
that's what
if
I wanted to say.
yeah.
I was gonna say, was it the same hand? But that was the same.
Yeah.
The
No, it was the same size.
And I'm just like, I loathe to tell anyone that because I use this hand so frequently. It's been such a big help, and I've grown really attached to it, as attached to a hand as you can get without literally attaching.
what
I'm
exactly do
rambling.
you use it for?
because
Yeah, what exactly do you use the hand for?
Ghee gets it.
I've healed people with it. You saw me
Yeah, I
fix
bet
Marcus
you've done a
Phoenix.
bunch of stuff with it.
Oh my god. I don't have time for that. I wouldn't have anything.
Richard, are
if
you
that
even
was
there?
that.
Richard.
It's like somebody else is doing it. It's very odd.
I heal people with it, and I've been able to siphon off energies of things, and just, you know, it's been very helpful. But I worry because
But
that's.
there's a slight chance that it could be the hand of Vecna. Also,
I didn't want to say that out loud, but you never know.
that's why I'm here. I say things out loud that nobody else will fucking say.
I'm trying to figure it out. I won't tell Kishan Oh, not because I don't want to, but because he doesn't want to know where these are, I guess, for some reason.
Yeah, definitely keep it under your hat for now.
Yeah, that's the plan. But you know, and I trust that if anything ever happened, you would be one of the few people that would actually be able to do something about it. So, I'm telling you. I don't mean to put that weight on you. It's on me too, but
Literally, it's literally on your head.
yeah, we're running through these jokes.
That's what Jobetta does. She's also still walking on the water as she's doing this.
Oh God.
I just wanted you to know. I believe I can get to the bottom of this. I'll continue to research and see what I can find out with what I can find, but I needed someone else to know. I didn't.
Does
want
it act of its own volition?
He has a personality, but he mainly does what I ask. He stays under my hat. He hasn't done anything I wouldn't have approved of anytime.
And when you ask him to do something, does he always do it?
Sometimes he doesn't know how, or he's confused. But mostly it's just hold him up to it, and he does what he needs to do.
But it twitched when the Eye of Vecna was in the same room as it.
I mean, to be fair, anything undead would probably, but it is a concern. It is something I brought up for that reason. I had to tell somebody. So now you know.
I want to cast. I'm curious, so I want to cast Detect Evil and Good to see if it actually registers as an undead or anything like that.
Okay.
Um.
It registers as an undead.
Okay. All right. Also, want to cast Detect Poison and Disease to see if there's anything like that that afflicts
There's
it.
no poison or disease.
Okay.
I see her doing this, and I'm just mildly uncomfortable, but of course, gonna let it happen.
Dealing with it.
Listen, you wanted to talk to a cleric. I don't know what to tell you.
Didn't want to, but I needed to, and you're part of this family, so it's important that I understand you at least a little bit better. And I think I trust you in this regard, at least.
I'm just going through my list of spells here. Also gonna cast Detect Magic, because if with Detect Magic specifically, it does I'll ask him to lift the hat, but it does a faint aura, and if it bears magic, I learn the school of magic.
Necromancy, enchantment, scrying.
Okay, I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that list off the pen, basically.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it contains necromancy, enchantment, and scrying magic.
Scrying magic. But I found it in the Star Mountains long before. Scrying. Do we have anything that? And I'm gonna take a little ink bottle from my hat, or not from my hat. I should keep one in my. Anyway, I'm gonna take a little ink bottle, and with my pen and ink, I'm gonna hold him like that in my hand, and on the back of him, I'm gonna put in that little anti-magic sight emblem.
Okay.
Does anything change? Does he act differently?
No.
Okay, well,
out of curiosity, I want to recast Detect Magic and see if it's still, for lack of a better word, flags the scrying magic.
Still flags the scrying magic.
Okay. I'm also curious about. So you said it has a personality?
He's sassy, or she. They. I don't know.
I'm not unfamiliar with that.
Sassy's kind of my brand.
It's kind of my thing.
You could try to talk to him if you'd like, but I don't know how he'll react to a cleric. She won't hurt you. And I just kind of hold him up in my hands.
Out of more curiosity, I want to try to cast a healing spell on it and see if anything happens.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just do a.
Don't healing spells hurt things that are necrotic?
Do they?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Not since
I would know this too.
That's an old edition method of doing things, but they generally don't love holy and healing spells.
If you do that, I see her starting to do this, and assumably I'd recognize it. If you do that, it will hurt him, or it's not good for them. They run on necrotic energy, not. It's like two sides of a coin.
Say that. What did you say?
It's like two sides of a coin. There's healing for things that are living, and then there's necrotic energy for things that are unliving. It's almost like a balance.
I don't like that.
Gilberta's uncomfortable because she recently used a coin metaphor, and so she's a little uncomfortable. And I'm gonna say, I don't know if you ever thought about this. There is a third side of a coin. Anyway, it's not really relevant.
I don't know what that would be in this instance. Something between the two. Something not quite living and not quite dead. It's fascinating, though.
Isn't that kind of
undead?
Everything that's.
We call them lawyers.
No, those are sharks. I can summon those. I'm just.
I don't know either. I don't, and I put him back under my hat, and I'm like,
I don't like the scrying magic.
I will see if I can get a ring of protection against scrying. I'll see what I can do. That is news to me, and I don't particularly love it either, but I don't know. It's interesting. I'll try to remedy it though, regardless.
Yeah.
So we're out of time, folks. So we're gonna have to slip out of this scene.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things that transpire, and we'll go over the divisions of labor in our Discord. Be sure to check out our Discord if you want to keep track of all the cool things that happen in the Mercs of Mischief. They're going to do some team chat in there, so if you want to keep up how everybody decides who's going where, that'll be the place to check it out. But a few things transpire here. Once Lilith finally makes her way up to her room. Yeah, I'm picking on you.
You've been sitting there quiet for ages. This had to happen.
She hasn't said a word in so
not
long.
a
Facial
word.
expression was fucking priceless.
There is an imp waiting in your room with a piece of paper. And he has words for you.
You're muted.
You're muted. We can't hear you. But we'll hear about those on the next session. Meanwhile, back in Waterdeep, at the residence of Lady Silverhand, a captured Zentarum sits bound to a chair after a lengthy interrogation. A hooded figure emerges from the interrogation room and removes his hood to reveal a warforged construct. It's as we feared, Lady Silverhand. But I believe the move is being made. I think I should go to the Zentarum hideout and pay a visit to my new brothers and sisters. She says, yes, disrupt what you can, and if you can save any of them, do it. But make sure you capture them as well. As you wish, my lady. And he departs, goes to a quiet section, and he opens up his chest to look at this bright, shining light, similar to a light that once shined out of a case retrieved by the Mercenaries of Mischief many episodes ago.
That was a heavy box.
Yes, it was.
I wish you would unmute your fucking self. Like, what the
Probably a
fuck are
good
you
thing.
saying?
She might be just swearing pretty badly down there.
Also, somewhere deep in the desert, there's a map of the Sword Coast, and a gnarled, rotted hand moves over it until his blackened claw of a fingernail clicks down at a place called Avalon Knights Academy. And then he hums a happy tune as he produces a cleaver and slices the hand off of a crying prisoner, and another, and another. He says a spell and an incantation, and the severed hands animate and begin to crawl around. The eye is here. Go find it. And they scatter away.
Sounds like we're gonna have a thumb war.
And that's where we will end our session for today. Oh, wait, one more thing. I forgot. Redan. In your...
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Jars. In your mind trip, you see running through the streets of Neverwinter, panting, daggers out, Kishan Oh the Sharp. You see her duck into an alleyway, and you see 4 other figures armed with unusual instruments and blades run past her as she ducks into another place to go hiding. And that's where we will end the session for today.
Woo, handy, super good.
Hey, it's what we took away from this evening. That's what you.
That's the
not bring
takeaway for
Let's
Pin.
not bring this thing back to the keep. It's like, no, don't you want to go just to see your friends?
Oh, great sessions, Puck, and everybody else. Wow, that's hard to do with 9 people.
Thanks
Well
so
done.
much, everybody. You all do incredible role play. I have such a great time playing with everyone. I like to take this moment at the end of this episode to say what a lucky dungeon master I am, because I get to work with all these incredible people who are all content creators in their own right and all make and create all kinds of really cool stuff all over the place. Lilith, she's an artist. She draws a comic. It's called Balmy Mel. You can check it out on Facebook, Pretty Comics, and also check her out on Instagram. And she's drawn a lot of these character arts that you see here before us. Kishan Oh and I mostly do this. This is our baby. What's that?
Did she forget she had an Instagram? I just saw a look of.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Okay.
And I was.
Sad, man.
They're all heavy episodes. And I'll open up the floor to anybody else who wants to do anything.
I'm gonna grab the reins because no one ever does. So, go check us out on YouTube. That is my baby right now. We just hit 100 followers. We have a thank you video for everybody who has been supporting us. We love having you all here and watching us each and every week. And you can catch up on episodes. You can see one-shots we've done. We have some compilations, animations. We have a little bit of everything to go see over there. So come stop by. We'll put it in the chat.
All right. Go ahead.
Cool. Just quickly saying, check me out at Scarred Adventure if you want to see any of the weird, crazy stuff. You want to see some of Richard's initial thoughts and how he really thought, really at the beginning of the story, before pretty much all of this shit happened. Yeah, no, please be sure to check it out, as well as checking out a bunch of poetry, a bunch of stuff like that. It's a creative writing blog, so, you know.
There's
keep your
writing,
expectations.
and it's creative.
Have fun with it. And I will pass it off to, I think, Kevin. Were you starting to say something before I did?
Kevin, Don?
I mean, sure. I'm doing stuff. Tomorrow night is Deadlands with some people. 2 of them are already here, and after the last 2 days, I guess I should probably be nice to them tomorrow.
Go easy
He
on
won't, though.
Probably all
But he
3 of us
won't.
could probably.
He
I
says
tried
that, but
last
he
week.
won't.
Bring
You
the
guys
pain.
dragged me down. You dragged me down into your backstories. I did want to go. I wanted to go very badly, but we were going to wait a week. But now we're going to do it again.
All right.
Anyway, and then also now that the crossover is over, Sunday nights have opened up for me, and I'm doing a show with Preacher's Rejects. It's a group of, what they did is they grabbed DMs from 5 different channels and then had us all gang up and pick on a DM from a 6th channel. And this is what we did last night, and we're going to do it every week until Halloween. He's going to try and scare us and break our minds, and we're going desperately to try and break his game. So
Oh, excellent. Your mind
We'll
must
be-
be callous by now.
We'll be rating them
Yeah,
when we wrap up
it's,
here too, so you can get a flavor of their channel.
Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days going from playing Ghee, who is this creature of pure emotion, to my other character who has just had his first emotion at the age of 650. So yeah, it's a slight change of pace.
And Key3, what's going on with the Roll for Initiative?
If you head over to youtube.com/roll4initiative, you can check out our videos. Our most recent one that you can watch right now is all about leaving gaps and holes in your backstory to fill in session, as you saw that actually happened a little bit during today with the dagger fail.
We might have done some of that.
Yeah.
Can we make a dagger fail girl meme?
Yeah, I think that should be a shirt.
My entire relationship with Geraldo was existed completely in my comments up until tonight.
Yep.
This mysterious lady I started talking about.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a letter back. That's something else that's gonna happen.
This is what happens when a whole bunch of storytellers get together and play together, and it's bloody wonderful.
It is an incredible group.
We learned something disturbing about Handy.
And don't forget to tell your friends that when we hit 400 followers, we are going to be giving away that awesome roll up dice tray.
With the nubs.
And
Mighty nubs.
I will be watching for it. I am always here. For those of you who don't realize it, I am everywhere. I am the disembodied voices in the night.
It's true. He is. Also, that the Pontus Rises, Clockwork Dominion. You'll notice during the break that's going to happen this Thursday. It will feature many of the people that you see here in front of you. But I don't want to spoil the surprises. You'll just have to tune in and find out. So check that out on Thursday, and it's going to be run by the game's creator. You saw him in the break.
And it will be produced by our newest member of the team, Tech Critter.
Tech Critter, right there.
Who you met in chat tonight.
She's right there in chat right now. Tech Critter.
She's doing a thing.
Doing this so I don't have
She did her debut on Saturday. It was great. And also, next week, be sure to tune in to Too Many Warlocks, because we have a very special guest of YouTube fame, Joe Cat from Crap Guide to D&D and Crap Guide to Monster Hunter is going to come and be on the show and play with these very same people here. He's going to be right here. You pet him through the screen.
We're going to see if we can make him cry.
He's going to be right here. Right here.
Yeah, in all of our hearts. He'll be right here with us. So definitely tune in and check that out next week. And I believe that's it. I believe that's everything. Is there anything else? Did I miss anything?
We love you.
All right, we're good.
Yay!
High five.
I mean, we do love you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Check us out in the Discord, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. We're in on everything. And if you're in the Discord, you get to keep track of all the stuff that happens between shows. There's occasionally some drama that unfolds there. And until next time, folks, class dismissed.
I want to be serious for a moment. I want to talk about spirituality. I want to talk about reincarnation. Have you hugged an owlbear today? Has an owlbear hugged you?